best. Hello and welcome back to the Three Counties Adventure. Welcome back to stream number 26 and this ridiculous consistency that nobody asked for, but I told you I was going to do. We are now live on a Tuesday again. 3 in a week. We're going to do another 3 streams this week. Carry on the adventure. Today, we might even play some fantasy. It's not even some fantasy. We might do some fantasy. We might even play some Football Manager games is kind of what I think there. We played one last stream and then none the stream before. So maybe there'll be some Football Manager match engine action today if you're very lucky. Or maybe that's not what you're into. Let's jump into the save and we begin from there. This right here is not the game. This, though, is the current situation of where we are right now. We are at the start of April, the 7th of April. So we're heading into the second week of April. That's a lie. August. And the season did kick off last time around. We played the very first game of season number 6 last stream. We had a 3-1 win away to Lincoln. Away to Lincoln City. We were 1-0 up. They equalised, and then we did. No, actually, we went 2-0 up, and then they got a goal back, and then we scored. It was pretty tricky. I think, did we miss a penalty, or did they miss a penalty or something? I'm sure something else happened in there. I feel like that was a penalty. Did Nunes save one? I think he did, didn't he? I feel like he did. Tom FM would not like that. No, this is very true. Loving the 3 streams a week allows us to do the nonsense without feeling like we need to get into the games every time. Exactly, Sam. Yes. I do think there was like this external pressure to try and keep the save moving on because of exactly that, because we were only streaming once. We weren't actually making the progress we needed to do. Whereas now, if we massively go off on a tangent, it's okay because we can make up for it in the 2 other streams in the week. You are quite right, definitely. I love a bit of fluff. We definitely do love a bit of fluff here, yes. So yeah, you're quite right. There was a pen save. Robin has confirmed there was indeed a pen save. Hi, did you sign Bowen? Says Alexander. No. Unfortunately, Jared Bowen decided to go to Sociedad and would rather go and live in the Basque region of Spain. It is the Basque region, isn't it? I can't see why he'd want to go there rather than 3 counties, but he's still got quite a lot to offer at the age of 33. The good thing, though, that we did notice was that his contract does expire in a year. So there is maybe another chance to go and get him next season. If he's only an impact sub there. So if he doesn't play loads, maybe they won't renew that contract and he will end up coming back to England. 34 sounds about the right age, doesn't it, to sign Jared Bowen to our team? And that's what we're going to aim to do, I think. I think a 34-year-old is attainable for the championship. Exactly, great age. If we are in the championship, it becomes actually weirdly kind of realistic, right? I finished previous stream like 5 minutes ago. Great timing, amigos. You're doing things perfectly then, yes. Sociedad is Basque, yeah. I get confused with Basque and Catalonia and things like that because and you don't want to get the wrong one, do you? So I always sort of try and clarify basically. So yeah, Bowen is a no-go, but we did manage to build and bolster our squad, I think, quite nicely, even though there was a lot of, I mean, it was an all-timer in terms of indecision and making a plan and then things going wrong and then weird things happening. There was a lot that went on last time. If you were not in last stream, if you were in the last stream, you probably need a recap anyway. But this is what the squad looks like at this moment now with the signings that we've made so far. So I'll go through it and hopefully fill anybody in so that you know what we're working with to try and finish off the window today to try and start our new season. So we have a goalkeeper that did end up getting. Jorge Nunes has grown a beard because I feel I'm kind of getting Alisson vibes from him. He's Portuguese rather than Brazilian, but he's 6'5", and I think he needs an Alisson beard, so he's grown a beard. It's a big beard, yeah. It sort of came from nowhere, but he's been growing it over the summer. He got a work permit last time. Is Fancy FM up for some games? I think I will do it, but at the end of the window because new transfers will come in. So I think we will do one today, but only at the end of August is what I was thinking. So Jorge Nunes was on an ESC contract work permit last season. He got a proper work permit for England, which has freed up one ESC place for us, although I'm not able to go and give it to any of our players that don't have work permits at the moment. That's something we need to talk about in a little second as well. But we did also fall victim to the ESC spots because Falovsky did not get a work permit, and it wouldn't allow me to give him one for this season, so we've loaned him out. He's going to go and spend a year in Australia, which is quite nice for him, actually. He's gone to Western Sydney Wanderers, and I did make the decision to loan him out. We get £16,000, plus they pay his wages. It's not the worst deal. He's only 20, and he will go and play a load of football, I think, which is just basically defer him for 1 year, I think, at this stage. So there is no more Folovsky, which is a shame, but it does mean that we should have an ESC place coming to use at some point. He's coming back with a tash and a mullet. We should actually do that, shouldn't we? We should. I'm keen to actually do that. That's cool. We should Australia-fy him, shouldn't we, after his year? You were in when you were looking at the South American under-20s. Yes, we did go through all of those teams, and we did manage to bring in a couple of players too. We have gone for, at the back, John Pereira is still here on loan. Not Papi Cisse, I say that every single time. Prince Cisse is going to be our right back. That is because Francini does not have a work permit. It says you're now able to apply for a new work permit, but I don't think I am. Look, it says unable to play for the club, reapply when he gets an increase in points. Apply for work permit. I do this, and it says you cannot apply for a new work permit. And I can't just give him an ESC place. Otherwise, we would do that for either him or Montero, who we did bring in without a work permit at centre-back. I've Portuguese-ified him as well. And given him a little headband. I wanted to kind of make them look a little bit different so you can pick them out. This is João Montero's new face, but he doesn't have a work permit, so you might not see it that much. But this is João Montero, our Portuguese left-sided centre-back. Be cool to give him a work permit. I have made a little bit of a contingency here, though. But yeah, I don't really know how that works with ESC places. We didn't have some, then we've got some, and now I can't seem to offer them to the players. Has anybody had to contend with that? Does anyone know what we do with that? I think a card did just pull up and Lenny's just got up, look. It might be Cat getting back, to be fair. To go through the rest of the team, though, Pharrell Johnson is still starting at the moment. We do need to sign a left-sided centre-back. That isn't going to be Montero because he doesn't have this work permit, but I do have a plan. I have even actually made a proper plan that looks like, is it this? Like this. I've done a squad it. We ended up saying I should do a squad it. I did it. I've now got a real plan with targets that we might go and try and sign for some of these places. You can only allocate an ESC place immediately after a work permit application is rejected, I believe, which means I can't do that unless I could offer them a new contract, and then when that doesn't get a work permit, then I could allocate it. That's not a bad idea, although I don't think they will want a new contract because I've only just signed them. But yeah, that kind of is where I was thinking it would be at as well, yeah. Could you do a short-term loan till January for the lads with that work permit? We could, yeah. That's not a bad idea. And then sort of reassess it when they come back. Not a bad idea at all. Pringle, how are you, mate? Hope you're good. Over on the YouTube today, I like it. So we are going to sign a left-sided centre-back, and I have identified who I want that to be, but we will get to that in a second. And N'Golo Magai stays, even though he's linked with a Premier League move. I don't know how it's happened, but he signed a new contract with us for another 3 years, plus I think a 3-year extension as well on top of that. I think so. Doesn't actually say it here, but I think he's got an extension on the top. Does have a release clause of 40 million now, which I don't think that's going to be a problem, but I mean, it'd be quite a nice problem if it ends up being a problem, wouldn't it? All right, Clayts lad, you need more Nigerians on your team. Do we? We've got a Nigerian. If that's what you mean, Amiobi. What about Junior Francis? What about Amiobi? We're representing. We've got most nationalities being represented on our team, actually, but we've got Junior Francis down here. In midfield, we have, though, massively strengthened. We have brought in the loan signing of Ricardo Gonzalez. He signs on loan from Inter Milan, and he's bloody good, I think. Look at that. 16 passing, 15 vision, great stamina. Not the quickest, but he's a centre midfielder. He is going to be the heart of our midfield, alongside some other really good midfielders, actually. Especially if we're not going to be starting Till Backstein, who came off the bench and scored twice in that first game of the season. It's brilliant, I think, our midfield now. This is Till Backstein. He signed last season, but has now, I think, become a player that probably will play a lot of football for us, actually. There's no signing option on Gonzalez, no. Unfortunately not. Did we find out who was leaking to Inter Milan last time? I think it was the youngster Greco, and I've tried to sell him. Great signing, maybe a big, tall Scandinavian at the back, maybe, although I do have another plan, which I'll show you in a second. Our midfielder, though, we also signed this man. That doesn't work. This man here, Emmanuel Suarez, who is going to be a bit of bite in our midfield. Emmanuel Suarez, Uruguayan under-21 international, 20 years old. I've given him a little scar, a bit like my scar, because we are similar. You know, when I ran into an advertising hoarding. I think he got his in a bar fight, but mine was where I fell into the ad boards. He's going to be our Valverde. He's got Valverde hair, look. He's going to be our Uruguayan midfielder that's going to win all of our tackles, and I already love him. He got 2 assists on his debut. He's come in on for 425,000. A bite, Suarez? Yes, that also works. I like it. And then we've also got Luca, and as I said, we've got Backstein. We also, this was a bit of a weird thing that we did last time. Bruno Renta did get sold to Arsenal, where he's now got a value of about £20 million, and we've got a 50% salon fee on him. But then they loaned him back to us and made us give him one of our ESC places. I didn't allocate this. Arsenal did, which is kind of annoying. But I suppose it's not the end of the world. What's the regen face back? There isn't one, Spins. These are just ones that I have done myself, just through different mid-journey and things like that. Like, I just generate them myself, so it's not a regen face pack. So Bruno Rente, though, actually is really good and will be able to be one of our midfielders this year. He's not one that is going to be necessarily a starter just because he's on loan and we know that he's sort of left already. But I suppose you could say the same about Demista and Gonzalez, etc. But yeah, his value's huge, isn't it? Me and you are the same son, says the manager who ran into an ad board to the bloke who got cut with a knife. Yeah, we're the same. How long would the stream last? Thanks for starting this time. I love the Backstein guy. He's good, isn't he, Nwicky? The stream would be about 3 hours. Every stream that I do will be about 3 hours. Might be a little bit less, might be a little bit more, but around sort of that amount of time. That's how much time I allocate myself in my day to do the stream. So it'll usually be about that. Cut from the same cloth. Good. And then up front, we have got Demista on loan from Leicester. Again, his value will be huge as well. Wow. Oh my word. Look at that. Jordinasaur. I don't know why I struggled with your name there. Thank you for the 7 months. Good day, boss. How you doing, my friend? Thank you, dude. C Hutch says, bit late. Sorry, Clarissa, missed much. Not really. Just a load of kind of catching people up on where we are. Demista, though, look at that. For an outrageous value. He is going to score so many goals in League One. Chucky will still lead our line, but I do have a new striker option that I do maybe want to bring in as a Falovsky replacement, but also maybe to push Chucky as the starter. I'll get you onto those targets in a second. And then we've also got on the left-hand side, who also got sold before he even played a game for us, Pedro Gomez. Signed him on a free. Had to loan him out to get a work permit. He got the work permit, and then Sunderland triggered his release clause, and we sold him for 500k. Morning beyond, it's actually afternoon. You are right there, but good afternoon to you. I hope you're good, my friend. So yeah, Pedro Gomez is also going to be brilliant. This team, I think, is brilliant. Some good backups as well. Sandoval is one of our backup centre-backs. He's a brilliant centre-back, only going to get better. He's only got 8 acceleration. But he has got 8 under-21 caps for Colombia. He's kind of what, we were looking for centre-backs. We do sort of have them already, don't we? Dodgino and Dodgino at left-sided centre-back. Brook Myers still around the club. Ronaldo Flowers, of course, still around the club. These guys maybe aren't quite good enough these days. Like, I don't really know why Ronaldo Flowers scores as many goals as he does. Like, he had a really good season for us last year, didn't he? Yeah, like a real purple patch. 8 goals, 15 assists without really having attributes that are good. Like 2-star ability, 2 potential ability. This is why we do need to have serious players and then also our old friends that we want to involve and include because they're our old friends. Have you done the specific training for Sandoval? I actually don't think I did. Was it for pace training that we said? I don't think I did. Individual training. Shall I do some quickness on him? I think that is what we said, because if he had a bit more pace, he'd be brilliant, wouldn't he? Definitely good to be a backup. This guy, though, is one of our backup centre-backs. Is pretty nice, even if when he does play... Oh, actually, he ended up on a 7.04 last season. I remember him playing a few times and getting rubbish average ratings, probably because he doesn't start that often. How you doing, Morgs? Welcome in, dude. I hope you're all well, my friends, by the way. Thank you for dropping in to a lovely little Tuesday afternoon stream. I hope you're good. If you're watching on YouTube, please do leave a like. It really does help. Get it in nice and early. And if you're on Twitch and you're not followed yet, drop a follow. If you're a lurker and you haven't followed, do that. Team looks boss apart from the 2-star Johnson. Does he have high potential? No, Holmesy. He's just been here for ages and he's been brilliant. He's going to become a backup, though. That is the plan. We are going to buy another one. We also do need a backup right back, both-sided fullback at this point. We do. Dodgson, I think, is fine as the backup left back. But we don't really have another one after Cisse because Francini didn't get his work permit, did he? If we are able to allocate another work permit place or an ESC place, we could just give that to Francini. And then if we sign the centre back that I want, I think we'd actually be good. But yeah, you are quite right. And this is where we're at. We've also got, this guy is a backup who doesn't even necessarily get onto the bench at the start because we want to bench Flowers or Myers. Is pretty nice. Nia Kirby is our backup defensive midfielder at the moment. We probably need to maybe look at somebody there. But I have, as I said, done a little bit of scouting anyway. This is my plan. So, Nunes, Okonkwo, and then the youngster O'Neill as our goalkeepers. Right wing back. Cisse at the moment is our only right wing back. So I might have a look at the Quateng guy. If you remember him, he was the, I think, Ghanaian right wing back who was just really quick. He could be quite cheap and he could easily come in and be a right wing back for us behind Cisse. So we might go and sign him. Pereira and Sandoval as right-sided centre-backs. And I have found somebody, chat. And I know why I didn't find him last time. Gav, thank you for the 21, my friend. Legend. Thank you, dude. 21 months. Chat, do some sub emotes for Gav. Legend. Thank you, dude. I found a guy called Mbemba. It's not Chancellor Mbemba, but it is a real player. I know, weird. That's why we didn't find him before, but I think he's good. I'll show you in a second. Left back, Maguire and Dodgson. Defensive midfield. We could sign that Patrick guy. Do you remember the Brazilian? He's 26, but he's on, I think, a free. And I think he'd be good experience that's probably better than Kirby as a DM if we wanted to get a backup in there. Maybe. He looked decent, yeah. And then we've got Radojevic, Backstein, Gonzalez, Renter, who I think are all really good midfielders. I think we're well stocked there, especially as we'd have 6 of them in total, wouldn't we? Big Pat is a yes. Yeah, I think we might do that. I think it would make sense. And then up front, on the right-hand side, Demishta, Myers, and then maybe Benny, but also maybe Flowers, and then also Francis. Like, we've got a load of wingers and attackers. It also won't be a bad idea, I think, was Patrick wages high, were they? We could check, because he's been on a free for a bit longer now, so that might be it. Yeah, on a 1-year deal, something like that. I have, though, as you see, found Folk de Kimber, which is where I think he scores, and we like it. Dun, dun. Folk de Kimber. Folk de Kimber, which is why I played that song. I think he's going to be brilliant. Let me show you him, though. I've added him to a shortlist, and we're going to go and try and buy him. We obviously didn't look for a striker last time, so I had a quick look, and he was there on that list. So he was excited by the song. I was, yeah. But yeah, that is kind of where we're at. On the sell, release, on loan list, we need to loan out Francini Montero and Dinko Bognar. On the released line there, Simo has stayed, so we need to sell him. Robertson's gone. Magai stayed. Boyce Clark has gone and Richards has gone. I just didn't update the released list. And then we do need to try and maybe sell Hudlin and Simo. Is Hudlin still here or did he go? I think Hudlin did go, didn't he? Hudlin is, yeah, he is an unemployed man right now. I don't know why I've said it like that. But yeah, Carl Hudlin did leave. So it's just Simo, really, we need to try and move on. Jazz, we are heading into League One. We've started it, actually. We did win our first game of the season against Lincoln, 3-1. Wyvernet check-in. We can go and check with the Wyverns. Yes, the Wyvernets, I should say. They are up into, where does it say it? WSL 2 is where they are now. Leonie does stay in charge. She is still the manager, and they have not yet started their season. Where are they predicted? Right. It might not be great this season for Leonie. She actually might get sacked. Because that's the way Football Manager usually works, isn't it? Even though they are newly promoted, they might actually get sacked because they are 150-1. We can't really help either, can we? Can you check if Ebbsfleet have gone up? By the way, am I saying I'm top of League One with Ebbsfleet? I might check that in a minute, yes. Yeah, that could be bad news, by the way. Get your coffee cups up. Dad. Smoochy. Right. Let me show you. When do we play Worcester? What's the league prediction? We were predicted to finish second. I think we might be top now. We are. We are now the best team in League One, according to the media. And I sort of agree because we've brought in some really good players, haven't we? How you doing, Foggy? That's a bloody long time no see. I actually think I keep seeing you signing. Have you been playing FM23? That's a weird question, isn't it? I think because we're friends on Steam still. I think I keep seeing you sign in to play FM23. What age is Leone in FM now? As in Leone off of our stream, or Leone as in Giovanni Leone? FM23, yeah. He's at Milan, Giovanni Leone. He went there for 30 million and he is 23. It is, yeah, basically. Shall I show you the signings that I'd like to make, chap? If we go to... Tell me what you think of these guys. Do they pass the vibes check? First of all, I'll just go to shortlists. Oh, the manager of the women's. I don't know how old she is. Sort of a normal age, I imagine. Worcester in 16th. Did they not win their first game? That's interesting as well, isn't it? That is interesting. These are our scouted players. At the very top, my centre-back... signing that I think we should make, and he would cost a pretty penny. I've been on FM26 since the little one was born 3 years ago. That's amazing, Foggy. There you go. I knew it. See, I knew this about you. I hope you are, my friend. No, stop playing FM. We don't do that here. We talk about manifestos. That's also true, yeah. Whoever that striker was, definite sign him due to the name. This guy, Emmanuel Mbemba. I did add a face just in case we sign him. He's a real player. He was at PSG in his younger days. And I might have to break my not signing real players rule because he's interested. And am I losing my mind here thinking that this guy is absolutely brilliant for us? What's his ability? Good. I think. His wages aren't high. Now, we would have to spend between 600k and 1.3 million. But he's still only 22. He's naturally left-footed. He's 6'2". He's got good jumping reach. Does this not tick every box that we were looking at last time around? Afternoon, Clayts. Afternoon, fellow cultists. What's the sit rep? Sit rep is we're maybe signing Mbemba. Oh, he's absolutely a centre-back. We're signing him for centre-back, by the way. Definitely not left-back. Ticks everyone but work permit. He should get a work permit. He's on my list here. If I go to centre-back instead... work permit likely. I don't know what's going to be. There might be something excluding him here. I'm sure he should get one. Unless he doesn't. Unless we but we do have an ESC place even beside that. I'm sure he had one. I don't know why he's not on here now. There'll be something else that's ruling him out maybe. Oh, expired. There you go. It's that. If he's on here, look. He is. This is work permit likely. So I don't see a reason why we aren't able to get him. The only thing that is maybe a downside is that he would cost us a lot of money. It would be a record transfer to bring him in. I think, though, he could easily go and play for us in the Championship. Am I being weird? Like, could he play for us in the Prem? Is he not quite close? When I searched up Mbemba, Chancellor Mbemba showed up first. I think he's a staff member, isn't he? Maybe not, but I feel like it's not that far away. And if we do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, I think there is a real chance we get ourselves a bit of a bargain here. Like 800k, but can we do it in 3 installments, look? Maybe with a little bit of... You can have a bit of profit on him. Depends how much he develops, yeah, because he's only 22. He could do a job, seems worth it. You sell him for significantly more in the Prem, yeah. Chancellor Mbemba's still playing, is he? He plays for Lille. Oh, right. So I knew he was still in the save, but I didn't know he was still playing. That's wild. Right, is that going to be enough? That is 800k. Maybe we start a bit lower, because it is 600. 700k. Right, maybe I could have gone even lower there. 10% profit. 700k all in, but in installments. He's only 31. Chancellor Mbemba's only 31. Wow. I think that's still a nice deal. Yeah, exactly. I don't think that's that bad. Have you got 9 million budget in League One? Have you seen the players we've sold, Jazz, and the amount of money we've brought in on clauses? I sold a player for 10 million last year. That's how. Also, we do have potentially 10 mil sat in what we can sell the renter clause. Exactly that as well, yeah. There is loads. Thank you for the follow. What about Amiobi? Appreciate you. I think he could be brilliant. The only thing is something could go wrong here, but I think he should be our starting left-sided centre-back. I'm sorry, but he was 31 at Newcastle about 8 years ago. He was, right? There's no way. I think you have the money, might as well get some use out of it, mate. You'll make it back in the future. And probably more so. He sold to Saudi for 15 to 20 mil in the Prem. Also probably true. He's going to come in. My only concern is that if we bring these players in, are they just going to make us absolutely steamroll the league again? How is your budget so high? You've just asked the same question twice, and do you want me to answer it again? In League One, I got 150k budget. I sold players for 10 million each. I've streamed it. You've seen it. 6'2" left-sided, being mistaken for a left-back. Yeah, ignore the left-back thing. We're going to play him left-sided centre-back, aren't we? Let's also go and show you who I'm going to sign, I would like anyway, on my striker. This man is 19. He's called Falk de Kimber, which is brilliant. How do you have such a budget so high? I don't know. Frida. We're steamrolling this league even with no signings. That's also maybe true, yeah. I love chat, you guys bringing in with all the most ridiculous questions again. Thoughts on Arda Güler? Thoughts on Swindon? What is DM? If you steamroller League One, high chance you'll do well in the Championship. Yeah, possibly. You need to steamroll the league so we can get to the Champions League. Also kind of true. He is under 6 foot. However, he does have mismatched eyebrows. He's got a brilliant name. He can play wide, so he can be this, you know how we use a right winger that becomes a striker. He's got good pace and acceleration, good finishing. He's only 19. I don't know why it's only a C report. Maybe because his potential isn't very high. He's got okay jumping reach at 5'10" as well. I think it's just balance on the top of his bald head. It kind of is. It's like ice gem hair, isn't it? A mini Demeester, League One Van Persie. That's what I'm thinking. Do you not think he's brilliant, chat? He does have a brilliant name. Let's sign him then. Exactly. Is it true that your name is Claire? Yes. He would be class, especially as one to develop behind Chucky, maybe. I don't know why the scouts only give him a C. I think he's way better than this. They're looking at him as a right winger. As a striker, I guess it's also comparing him to Demeester, isn't it? Minus the dead badger on his head. We will give him a proper face and hair for sure, yes. Maybe it's because they're comparing him. Yeah, Folovsky's gone on loan because he doesn't have a work permit. He looks like a future past Igor Killman. What a throwback, yes. Igor Killman is a staff director at the club, by the way, in this save. Let's try and buy him. I haven't actually spoken to his agent. I hope he's interested still. He is between 170k and 1.7 million. So let's call it 700k maybe. Just watching your Vedute save. Nice, Brad. We are in the process of the next video for that one as well. It's being edited as we speak. Preferred to be used as a false 9. Very, very normal wages. Does want to be a star player, though. I don't know how we're going to manage that, but that's sort of a future me problem, isn't it? Try 650? Yeah, something like that. Let's see if he'll bring down his... He only wants a short-term contract. That's all right. I think that's actually fine. I don't want to bring his wages down, I don't think. False 9, what are those? Don't know. Let's try and make a bid and sign, I think, because he's got a brilliant name. Let's try 250 now. We've got 9 million, haven't we? Let's try... Can I do more than one of those? Yeah. I don't know why you would. They're still going to come out at the same time, right? I guess you could do... It still comes out at the same time. Let's try 3 installments that take us to 650 like that. Also, we'll give them 10% profit. I know that people don't like that, but it feels like it makes a big difference. And if we keep it at the minimum, it's the minimum impact, but also does really help them to accept an offer, usually. Maybe promise to lower his role from star player to regular important. Yeah, I don't want to make him ask for more money or make him not want to talk to us, though. I'd go lower to start 300-ish. Do you reckon? We could try... Because I suppose it is down at 170-ish as well, isn't it? Do you know what? I'm going to go here because I think 450 I'd be delighted with if we got him for 450. So I'm going to go to the place where I'd be delighted and start there. Right. That's not really the same, is it? RKC Walwijk. That's 3.6 million, which is double what the range is. AI always overemphasizes the sell-on clauses. Exactly. That's it, yeah. I guess we could push that up. We could change it to percentage of next sale even. 20% and try and bring this down, but this could be a problem. You can probably bump up for a lower playtime, yeah. Negotiate on the game, it's silly, isn't it? Loan, we could loan him. I think we might be full up on loans now, though. Because I think we can only have 5 in our squad, and I think we've got 5. Get rid of installments and do 2 mil. Ugh, do we do that? That's a lot of money, though. It's a lot of money. We do 1 million. Oh, us spending 1 million feels like a lot. 1 million plus 5 domestic loans. Oh, is that different, I suppose? This wouldn't be a domestic. I mean, that's quite a jump, isn't it? For 2 mil, he's got to be a star player, honestly. Do we not think he is? Where did we get a milli? We've got more than a milli. We've got 9 milli. Have you seen the sales we've done? And the clauses we've sold? Not worth that much to be a backup. Even if he starts next season, we find another. Do we think? I think it's 5 max loan players in the squad. I think you might be right altogether. Yeah. We're a big club now. We got big money. We actually have. Might be a bit blasphemous, but he's probably better than Chucky. Sam, I agree. To be fair, I've not been here in a while. My bad. It's all good. Morg, stop it. You're being very, very toxic right now. I kind of want him. He's got a good name. Is he not brilliant? What does it say for his ability? Doesn't say. We need to scout him a bit longer. Maybe he's got something weird going on somewhere. Splash out. I don't know. Maybe a loan to buy. That's not a bad idea. But again, I don't think we can have that many loans. We need 5 in the squad, and we've got 5 in the squad. Who have we sold and signed? This stream, nobody else really. We have signed these guys, 425k spent. We've brought in these guys, including loaning back Bruno Rente. We've sold £2.5 million worth with Bruno Rente, but the year before we brought in 8 million, and we sold a load of clauses on top of this as well. It was 1.2 the year before that. That's where the money has come from. 1.5 plus 500k get him in. We do have 8 million. We do. Must have sold loads to get such high budget. We have. And also, I think there's more to sell. I wish it could show you where you sold clauses. It can't. Like X ones on here. Like here now, I can get another 120k by selling a clause there. 50% of next sell-on fee for even him is going to be quite a lot. He's got up to 4 million, look. John Pereira, I can get 1 million out of him. And then there's more. JB Green, there's 50% there. Ezra Carrington, 50% there. Yeah, we're going at 50% of the next sale on Bruno Rente, who's valued at 20 million, is going to be a lovely amount of money coming in very soon. I think we go for it. Where is he? Where's he gone? I think maybe we try and see how low we can get it, but I think maybe we go for it. We can actually, I can start the whole negotiation again, actually. You already made a song, exactly. I'm glad I haven't recorded the song yet. That'll be a bit much. You want to spend $1 million on a player who's not much better than what you've got? Sound like something a Lelujo would do. That's very true. Let's try 1 million plus 500k plus 20% of next sale. And see what they say. They might go to 3. They might go to even more again. That's a lot of money, obviously. They want a bit more than that. We are closer, though. Right, 900k plus 750. It actually... And oh, they want it in... See if we can do it in 3 installments. Offer a friendly to seal the deal. I mean, you can also have a friendly. They might now negotiate and take the friendly out. I'll do it without the friendly. They want 300k after 50 games. All right. 25%. It's a lot of money for a next sale, that is, but it will keep these costs right down. That wasn't really a negotiation there, was it? You reduced the offer. No, I didn't. I put that 25% up in. An extra 5% on next sale is oh, you mean I reduced it by adding the friendly? Maybe. You could get Colombia for quarter the price and twice the ability. You definitely couldn't. Not in League One. They need to get work permits. I'm going to withdraw this and come back to it in a few days when they want to talk again. So I don't want to do that one. Obviously, they've locked that one in now, haven't they? Let's come back for it. Emmanuel Mbemba hopefully doesn't want too much in terms of wages here. Wants to be a squad player. We can do that. I might actually make him regular starters just to make sure I can offer him enough, because he is going to be a regular starter. He wants us to gain promotion, which is fine. 4.5k is very nice. 10% rise. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Give you a bit more confirmed money. Something like, will you do 3 years with a... Will you just do 3 years? No. I want to lock him down. We're going to do that. Sign Erling Haaland. Your budget is high enough. That's true, actually, yeah. Sign on. We could have added a bit more, yeah, but no. All right, we've got loan offers here for João Montero to go and get him a work permit for next year. So if we do get Mbemba, this would kind of work out. He's got offers from Valladolid, Dresden and Heidenheim, which are good offers as long as they will play him. Important player on all. Pay his wages on all. Hopefully there is no... Hang on a minute, that's a different people. That's a completely different player. Squad player on all. Squad player on all. I guess it doesn't matter. Can I negotiate that? No. That's Eddie Field. I don't know why it's going back to that. Which club has the better facilities to help his development? That's kind of true. I guess it'll be much of a muchness now. For one season, it won't make all that much difference. But yeah, it is the right way to be thinking. Can't negotiate that one either. Can't negotiate that one either. They want to play him as a left back. I didn't check the others. I don't want him to play as a left back. Oh, they all want to play him as a left back. That's... Why does it do that? Go away, Eddie Field. I mean, who are you, Eddie Field? Yeah, you can go, whoever you are. They all want to play him as a left back. I might re-offer the loan then. I might leave them here hanging and just not decide yet. But I'm going to re-offer the loan. Offer via transfer room. Loan offer. I don't really care about the wages as much. I want him to be an important player playing as a centre-back, though, and lock these in. That's the main thing. Just realise you've removed all your stream tags. Nope, I haven't. When's next Vaduz episode out, mate? As soon as it's finished, England's Elite One. Hopefully tomorrow, but it might end up being Friday just because it is a long one. But yes. Yes, there is. It's on its way. It's being worked on, don't worry. You can't see them. Okay. I can see them here. They are the One Show, English, FM26 and Football Manager. I swear he played basketball. Who's that? Table tennis player, right? Who are we talking about? Have you heard of a player called Messi? Worth throwing an offer at him. That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, Shade. It's good. Just checking I've caught up on everything on there. Great game. Oh, thoughts on the game yesterday? Good fun, wasn't it? What a weekend. If Carlsberg did weekends, bloody hell. Go on. Go on, the lads. What a weekend of football that was. But being slightly more serious, I don't really understand why. I do understand why it's a red, obviously, but surely we can have a bit more common sense. Like, he didn't really pull his hair. It's not violent conduct. The fact that that goes down as violent conduct is a little bit silly. What are we doing here? Are we being a bit silly here? He's not even pulled his hair. He sort of stroked it. As delighted as I was to see it happen, it is a bit weird, isn't it? Come on. Just curious, who on the scout reports that came back looks outrageous? Not that many, actually. No need for that little silly man-child to touch his hair. I agree. I absolutely despise Martinez. But at the same time, you are like, is it not ridiculous that there is a tangible benefit now, even if minuscule, for every Premier League footballer to grow out their hair? And actually, they gain a slight advantage by having longer hair. Like, I would not be surprised if Mikel Arteta instructs all of his players to fully grow their hair, as Ollie says right there. Can't wait for Arsenal to have a team full of ponytails and man buns, as Arteta reckons it's an advantage. Exactly. They're all going to turn up like that Alan Shearer meme next season. All off to Turkey, all getting hair extensions and stuff. If it was a massive pull, then fine, but not like that. Exactly. I think that was just the difference here. We've gone too far of, like, surely you can still... It's the common sense thing, isn't it? It's just the common sense thing. You have to eradicate things like pulling hair, but at the same time, you can look at that one and go, by the letter of the law, he has pulled his hair, but I'm going to make a judgment call here and say that he's not actually done anything violent. And he's not actually done anything that is of an issue. Maybe I give him a yellow, or maybe I'll just go and speak to him and say, I've seen that. You're really lucky. Like, can we not do that? But then maybe people would react in this exact way, and we'd have people up in arms going, they said it was a red card if you pull hair, and he's pulled his hair. And you can just never really win, can you? Does not matter. Pulling hair, no matter how little, is an instant red card. Women's football is my reference. Yeah, and what I'm saying, Sweden, is that it shouldn't be. Because why? You can pull on somebody's shirt. You could literally pull someone's skin, and it wouldn't be. But if you pull hair, it is. That's what we're saying here. Like, we're not saying that the decision was wrong by the letter of the law. I'm saying that the law kind of just does bypass the common sense here, doesn't it? And this is somebody who who wanted to see him sent off yesterday. Watching the match last night, should DCL not have been booked sending off for the letter of the law, elbows to the face before that? Maybe. Again, this is where things like that, because they are much easier to be contentious and subjective, the referees are able to make a judgment call on it. Whereas things like pulling hair, he's touched the hair, it's red, and that's where we've lost that judgment call, that subjectivity, haven't we? Fun fact, in the NFL, dreadlocks count as part of the uniform and you can tackle people by their hair. Another fun fact, in 1998, the Vatican recorded the world's highest homicide rate, 200 per 100,000 people. Why did 200 people die in the Vatican in 1998? Was there, like, that sounds like it must have been quite a lot, obviously percentage-wise. The problem is the crackdown way too much on things seen as non-football offences, whereas very violent fans in the run-up... Yeah. And they're kind of right to crack down on those things, but always, this is where the common sense thing just falls away, doesn't it? It just falls apart. And I think that I tweeted something about the referees. You know how they got... was it Graham Scott? Is it part of The Athletic now? He did, like, his interview, and he was like... One of the things in his first interviews and articles that he did with The Athletic, he said, people really want consistency until we apply consistency, and then it's everybody wants common sense. And it was quite eye-opening that the way that the refereeing body sees consistency and common sense are as if they are these two very separate entities. And I see what he's saying. He's saying that if you do everything by the letter of the law, you will achieve consistency. But by doing that, you can't then apply common sense decisions. That's true, but I think what actually people want in terms of common sense and consistency is they want referees to consistently apply common sense, and they aren't things that are things that can't exist in the same place here. I want a referee to consistently apply common sense. And then I saw people arguing about this in the post below, saying if every referee applies common sense, then there's gonna be subjectivity and there's going to be not consistency. But I don't quite understand what that is when if it's common sense, surely common sense means that everybody sees it in the same way, right? Because that's what common sense is. It's common, but by literal definition. And this is why it is a minefield, because actually what is the right answer on these things? And it is a difficult job, and it is a difficult thing to get right all of the time. Should see the standard of refereeing in Scotland. I mean, yeah, That's the other thing as well that annoys me. It's when people go, well, they don't have this problem in Europe, or they don't have you look at the Champions League refereeing, for me, officiating is worse. When Liverpool go and play in the Champions League, I'm like, what am I watching here? This is the most like ridiculous bit of officiating. But then you go to the Premier League, like it's the worst ever. It's just universally, there's the rules of the game make officiating it almost impossible. So there are always going to be gripes about things. And there needs to be complete change about something, but the way that they're doing it now is only making it worse in my eyes. Common sense leads to bias. Big teams at the moment get more lenient judgment than the smaller teams. I think that's not true either, though. I think that's bias from somebody who doesn't support a big team. And I don't think common sense should lead to bias. I don't think I agree with you with that. If it's common sense, it's common sense, which means it's the commonly accepted way to officiate that decision. If it's true common sense. Scottish refereeing is nonsense. Right, let's continue a little bit and then we can go for that striker again. But yeah, again, this is where, because we stream more now, we can talk about other things like this, can't we? And like I just said, I did sort of clarify by saying the whole system means the way that the game of football is played means that actually achieving perfect decisions is really difficult because of all of the variables in every single decision. How can you actually achieve consistency when there are any two decisions that you think are almost identical also have hundreds of variables that change it? That mean that they are unique in itself. We should make sure that every league in the world has AFCON officials. I mean, that is at least interesting, isn't it? Common sense doesn't exist. What does that mean? That's just a lie, isn't it? Common sense certainly does exist. Level the playing field, yeah. Right, let's go with Backstein's injured. When did he get injured? By the way, we're going to do Fantasy FM, I think, but only at the end of the month once we've got the whole squad in, if we get to that point today. It may be the case that we don't do that today, but we'll see. There's also the issue of before every season the referees getting drilled by the book refereeing, so early on they're typically much more strict and then it becomes more lenient as the season goes on and they don't apply that same consistency, do they? They go with the new rules that they're going to crack down on and do things from there, don't they? Yeah, it's true. I see what you'd maybe say, Yorkie, in that like common sense doesn't exist. Common sense as a theory should definitely exist, and there should be you know how every decision the vast majority of people would come to the same decision over it. Some are truly divisive, but most of the time, if most people were like, do you think this was a foul? Maybe if you only ask neutrals on this, of course, most people would say yes or no on things, for example. So that is that. Therefore, common sense would dictate that decision should go that way. Play the percentages, if you like. Call it whatever you want it to be. No, because different people process the same thing differently. I don't think you're talking about subjectivity, not common sense here. You're talking about a different thing altogether here. And I think I've sort of covered that as well. It's literally what I'm saying right now. Common sense would be you play the percentages. Let's call it that instead. And I think a lot of the time referees think one thing with a decision. They think this is not a foul, but I have to give it. Let's just use fouls as the example. But I have to give it because by the letter of the law, he's done this. So this is the decision that I'm going to make. Even if, personally, they don't even believe what they're giving. I think that happens all the time. The Liverpool City game early in the season had a bunch of people saying, yes, the referee applied the laws of the game, but he shouldn't have done it. Yeah, which is that's the common sense difference there, though, isn't it? Yeah, the consensus of popular opinion. Maybe. That's what I mean, though. It's completely a complete minefield. That how do you actually ever get it right? I don't know if you can. Anyway, that's a whole can of worms you could talk about probably for hours and hours and hours, couldn't you? If it's not by the book, then there will be far too many variables when it comes to decision making. VAR times would increase massively. Yeah, probably. I also think, then does it not come down to the referee? Like, give the referee the chance to just go and look at it himself if it is truly contentious, and then they make a judgment call. Like, do we then need to just change the way that these things are done, where it is judgment calls based on the referee? Hence why I don't umpire anymore. Yeah. It's completely like truly setting people up to fail, because there is no way that they can get every single thing right because of the variables. I've always thought you should judge it on consistency during each individual game, not judgment as a whole. Each game of the ref is different and see things differently. Gareth, that's a really good point as well. I think also when people complain about consistency, it is within one game, isn't it? We have two decisions that seem to have gone different ways because of the referee's gone by the letter of the law, but in that game, it's completely influenced it differently. Whereas actually, if it's still a game between two teams, and people forget this, that actually if the referees actually managed to referee it straight down the middle in that particular game, then actually, is it a problem that in 3 weeks' time a different referee has refereed things straight down the middle but made decisions slightly differently? It's probably not as much, is it? I don't think we will agree. Sing Kumbaya in a drum circle afterwards. I mean, that is going to be the case for sure, yes. But you can have a healthy conversation about it and talk about it, can't you? You're talking about general consensus rather than common sense. Common sense is looking both ways when you cross the road. General consensus is what the majority of people think. I'm not, though. I see what you're saying. I think there is maybe two things that I'm talking about here, Kendall. That is definitely part of it. Common sense is what I'm talking about, where the common sense decision, not general consensus, the common sense decision, let's use the Martinez one last night, is did he... by the letter of the law here, I have to send this guy off for violent conduct for doing this. But common sense would dictate that actually wasn't violent, and he probably doesn't deserve this discipline here. So the common sense decision is actually, I'm going to have a word with him and say you were lucky there, blah 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 blah. That's not general consensus, I don't think. That is still a common sense ruling on that particular decision. Do you see what I'm saying? Should we play Tiddlywinks instead? It's much easier, isn't it? Main question is, how did you get your budget so high, and are we signing to Kimfer? I'm going to try in a minute, yes. Right, let's play a game. Let's pick a team. Nunes, Pereira, Johnson, Cisse, Magai. I think Johnson will play. We'll go Radojevic, Suarez, Gonzalez, which is mainly because Backstein's out injured. And then I think that is the team, right? Anybody else we want to be on this bench here? No, I think that's going to be it. Let's do that and play a game. Gonzalez needs a number. Number 40 for you. Not sure why. Just sort of jumped out. The main question, most important thing is whether they wear old school black boots. Any referee wearing Predators or any colour boots of them black, I immediately question. That's true, yes. Yes, makes sense in that scenario. I think I think you're probably right, Kendall, that there are probably two things that we're kind of discussing here. But I think a lot of the time, if a referee looked at each decision and applied the common sense ruling on it, referee's role isn't to apply common sense, it's to apply the laws of the game. Agree with it or not, he broke the rules and the ref applied the predetermined punishment. Yeah, that's why that happened. I think the argument is that the referee's role should be to apply common sense, though, right? I think you're sort of arguing at the wrong point there. I like what you've said is factual. Yes, that's why it happened the way that it happened. I think most people would prefer it not to be like that, though. Agree with that, yes. Also, people who support smaller clubs always say big clubs get the run of the green more. Big teams attack more and have more possession. They're likely to be fouled more. And I always think, I don't know why I've got it on only comms. We've just got a brilliant goal. Oh no, we haven't. It's off the post. It's in from Demeister. 1-0. I was recording videos, so we were only comms. As a counter to that, by the way, the bigger teams, and this is something, obviously this is because this is about your own biases. Smaller teams always say that big teams get more decisions. Big teams, the amount of times that I see teams feeling like they get decisions against the big teams, because it's like, actually it's easier to give a decision against a big team because the smaller team needs all the help they can get, and that's the way it feels. It does literally do that. Refs are legit told to apply common sense when training though. Exactly, they definitely are, aren't they? Why are you on extended now? Because I'm an idiot. There you go. I'm being caught into these conversations. But I like these debates. They are good debates if you can sort of always try and look from the other point of view as well, which there are some. Will international management come to FM26? It should do, yeah. It's supposed to be in the next big update, right? Good tackle, my guy. You forgot to put on Fancy FM. No, I didn't. Do you prefer 24 or 26? I'm still playing 24. I prefer 26. Genuinely. And I'll tell you, it's just, I'm one of the people that I can't go and play an older game because I feel like it's just, played 24 for how long? 3 years or something? Like, nah. Harvey Blair wide, good save. Yeah, refs are told to apply common sense. But I think at the highest level, when it's scrutinised that much, I think it is very difficult to sometimes apply common sense because they are so under the magnifying glass a lot of the time as well, isn't it? All right, we lead here. Demishta. Demishta needs his song as well. Maybe today's the day that I get in the studio after the stream. If we sign Folk to Kimper, we're definitely going to need to get in the studio, aren't we? Gonzalez, Magai. Chucky! 2-0. We are going to romp home, aren't we? We are going to romp home, I feel, this season. Chucky scores. It's the first time we hear. He can score in League One, by the way. Did he score last game? I think he missed a pen. Chucky now has a goal in League One. Love it. Where? Chucky is his name. There are 17 laws in the book. Then they tell us about Law 18, common sense, apparently. In Law 5, it says refs are expected to use common sense and spirit of the game within the framework of the laws as written. See, like, how vague is that? But it is literally in the ruling. So yeah, why have you taken off stream tags, Morgs? You are on one today. On one today. Here come Portsmouth. Don't get a goal back. It's gone wide at the showground. I love that you can use Quicksim. Yeah, me too. Afternoon. How you doing, Burks? Welcome in, dude. Thoughts on Mark Goldbridge United Stransa? It's quite an interesting one, isn't it? Definitely, Neville is very into this whole, and obviously with the McIntyre and the, what is it, Finalysis, he's very into this age of the fan content and things, and I think it's just the next step of that, isn't it? I don't really know all the ins and outs of it, but a weird one. Interesting, definitely. Portsmouth have had, I feel like, all of the attacks except for our goals. We're on the attack then, although we are breaking. Chucky. That's also maybe true, Greenest. Yeah, there's probably a bit of that, isn't it? And also, even generally, common sense is much easier to apply at grassroots level or lower levels than in the Prem, where it is so scrutinised, isn't it? As well. Pedro Gomez, 3-0. Offside, 2-0. He was trying to grab a handful of the shirt, which would have been a free kick in yellow. He just unluckily, but intended to pull the hair, which made it seem like he'd pull the hair. I don't know. Did he? Maybe. That's an assumption on the behaviour player. Don't know his intent. Yeah. I don't know. I think he was super unlucky because it wasn't particularly violent. But again, by the letter of the law, it's a red. But it's one of those decisions that feels sort of anti the game. Like, I think it's much easier to not get so caught up on these decisions if they're not so impactful for the result. Like, United almost come back, maybe. But losing a player there to that feels like it doesn't quite match the maybe because the red card is so final and such a strong way of disciplining the player that it feels too much. Whereas if it was obviously I don't want this to happen, but if it was a 10-minute sin bin, you could get on board with it a bit more, going, that's really annoying and he deserves a punishment, but it fits it a bit closer, if you see what I mean. Chucky! You don't think they can? Maybe it helps them. Maybe it does. Chucky's brother is a full Austrian international in my save, still playing for Dortmund. Yeah, Carney. We are 3-0 up and Chucky scored again. They've passed. No, I thought they passed straight to us. Luca wins the header. The Meester flicks it on over the top. What a header that is, by the way. What an assist. And Chucky scores. That was ridiculous. You reckon we'll see a remontada today in the Champions League? I still watched that video that Liverpool put out and I was like, we're coming back. There's no way, really, is there, surely? I think PSG are just too good. There's no way that they don't. If Liverpool start trying to score goals, that they don't just cut us open and score more goals. But we can believe, can't we? We can believe. Impressed by Chukwuemeka. When I watched last stream, it felt like he was out of his depth. Yeah, today, he's playing very well in this game. Maybe it's because we're at home. They have got a goal back. Devontae Ferguson has scored for Portsmouth. Maybe it's a home game and that's why we're a little bit more in the game and Chucky's a bit better. 3-0 up to 3-1. Let's do a sub or two. PSG has lost the most knockouts when 2 goals up or more. Also, I'll tell you what gives me a little bit of a little bit of belief maybe is the way that at home Villa got at them. Was it last season or the year before? Last season, I think. A little bit of that where it's like they are, if you go at PSG, they are fallible. The problem is I don't think Slot will. I think Slot will still sit in. It was last season. Yeah, Rio hat-trick would be good, wouldn't it? Well, this was a fun way to wake up Yorkie. Thank you, dude. I have to get on with the day, so I'll catch you on the VOD. Enjoy. Have a great stream. Thank you, dude. Thank you for that. Enjoy the rest of your day. Appreciate you. Appreciate the fun and well-mannered debate there. Liverpool, in my opinion, needs a new main star or somebody to step up. Yeah. Chucky is and always has been the backbone of three counties. Idol of the Clout and Clayts. Burn the non-believers. Agreed. Right, let's do Pedro Gomez off for Ronaldo Flowers. I've done Dodgson and Dodgson on. We're going to do Bruno Renter on in the midfield for... Hey! Hey, buddy, how you doing, buddy? A Raids chat. How are we doing, Raiders? Welcome in. We are... I'm trying to decide who to take off here. We're going to do Luca off. We are playing our three-county save. I hope your stream was all good, my friend. Welcome in, Raiders. We are smashing it at the moment against Portsmouth. 3-1 up. Smoochy, smoochy. Join the Clout. Exactly that, yep. Does it work when people join on raids? Also, Matt didn't say it on Sunday. Did you notice? I saw you guys in his chat when we raided. So many smoochy, smoochy messages. So many join the Clouts. Did he say it? No. Did he buggery? Ridiculous. Us as a community must chip in for a Chucky statue outside the stadium. That'd be cool. Bassy Boy is supposed to be making me a stadium and he hasn't. He said he would and he hasn't. So if you're watching, Bassy, I am waiting. I know you're busy, but come on. I want him to put a Chucky statue in there. Because you know how you can go outside the ground? I don't know if it works for me now, but you know how you can do this? I want a Chucky... Look. I mean, we've got the cranes back here. I want a Chucky statue at this end. I didn't realise we had no end, by the way. That's not even behind the goal. One side is just fully a building site. We'll have to try again today, chat, all right? Whoever we raid today is going to have to try and say, yeah, he was on about a player called Penis. I did find, by the way, I'll show you afterwards, Daily Penis is a staff member in this save. It's outrageous. There's our stadium anyway. We're on crane cam this whole time. We didn't realise it. Exactly. Should we go back up to... I mean, I'm going to hang myself on this hook. That's got to be TOS, isn't it? We're going to watch from... We're dangling. Imagine we're dangling from this crane. We're going to watch from here. There you go. Portsmouth might score. They have. Should the manager come down from the hook? Now that it's 3-2. It feels like a sort of bad decision from me, this. Portsmouth are back in the game. We were 3-0 up and we are bottling a 3-0 lead. But the manager's gone and hoisted himself up by a crane on the side of the pitch. Oh, God. He's still there. And Portsmouth are attacking again. I can't get down. I can't get down. Look how high up I am. Go on, lads. Hang on a minute. I've got some binoculars in my pocket. Just put my binoculars on. Get in, Ricardo. It wasn't a great view of your debut goal there, but it was a good... I think you scored a lovely goal there. Get in. Like Sting in WCW. Exactly like that. Ricardo takes the shot. Deflects back to him. Another deflection. It is in. Well done, Ricardo. Just going to watch from the crane. I might get down. Shall I get down? Motivation for the lads to win, otherwise the manager will do it. Yeah. We've got 8 minutes to go. I'm going to make some subs from up here. Just going to shout, basically. That's an own goal. Did it go down as an own goal? Did he get it? No, he did get the goal. Let's do Demista for... I'm going to give Andre Sarni a little run. We'll put him through the middle. I want to get him some game time this year because he's very good. And then we'll do Sandoval. Oh. Did I just bring him on? I just brought him on for Andre Sarni, I just brought on. Sandoval's going to come on as well. Wasn't there a manager that shifted a stadium ban by standing on top of the stand? Wasn't it Damien Duff, I want to say? It's a little cold up here, exactly. Damien Duff, I feel like, stood at the top of a hill or something. I'm sure, something like that, right? Someone will remind me of what it was. By the way, guys, you should get some Holy. It's delicious. I've got some mango today. It's got him hooked, exactly. Right, we've won the game 4-2. A pretty ridiculous game, but nice work, everybody. Another win, and on we go. On we go. It was Damien Duff. Yeah, there you go. We are second. Worcester pick up their first point of the season. They drew to Huddersfield. Frankie Bishop did score. Frankie Bishop scored their second. The equaliser. There you go. You should only go on the hook if you're losing. Okay. Is that a new rule? Right. Permanent deal for Demisha's not going to happen. We don't have that type of money. Can I make a bid for the King? Where's he gone? Wait. He's not interested anymore. I don't think. He wasn't on the list of being interested. I don't think he's going to want to. I think he might not want to come anymore. I can make a bid now, but he wasn't on that interested list, which is maybe a problem. When do we play them? We need to check, actually, don't we? Let's try and make a bid for him again, but I'm a little bit worried. 500k plus that. We'll do 25%, and then I'll give you 100k after 50 games. 4 million? They want 8.6 mil for him now. What's happened? All right, I don't think we're going to get him, but what's changed? Suddenly he doesn't want to join us, and now they want 4 million for him. I think we might need to forget Falter Kimper, which is such a shame. He does not want to leave, yeah. Maybe he was unhappy and now he's not. They're having a laugh. On to the next. Yeah, I guess we just go on to the next. That's such a shame. Maybe a loan, although we can't really play alone, can we? I guess we just add him to a shortlist forever and make him somebody we track. That's such a shame, though. Why did that happen? Other than him, by the way, we looked at Patrick, we looked at Mohamed Kwarteng as maybe our backup right wing back. Now, he's got some pretty ugly, scared by his manager's crane antics. I don't know why that would be the case. He's got some pretty ugly attributes, does Kwarteng, but he is only 19 and he's got loads of pace and he'd only be the backup and he's got a release clause of 275k. Like, if we really did need somebody to come and be the backup, should we just get him? Or shall I wait and see whether we can get Francini a work permit, maybe? That could also be the option, couldn't it? Patrick. There's Patrick. Do we see whether his wage demands have come down now? I'm also going to scout him again. Absolute engine, but doesn't know how to kick a ball. That's it. Yeah. That's a good description of him. Squad player. That's good. Not a striker, no. 5k for a 1-year deal. If we can bring this down to 3.9, where you get 2.3 there, and then if you do play, you get 3.5. If you can do, give the agent a bit more money as well. Who's the highest earner? Actually, not sure. I think Demista, we're still paying him like 8k or something, maybe more. We'll actually need to check that. On a 1-year deal, chat, just as the backup DM, so that we've got a bit of experience, quality as a backup signing. Free signing of Patrick De Paula. I think that one's a good body, yeah. Going now, bye Clayts, bye mate. So Clay's getting lowered down by a crane in a leather trench coat when? His name's Patrick. Yeah, he's a free transfer, isn't it? I think that one makes a bit of sense. Other players then. I guess we go back on the... do we go looking for a striker? Maybe. Is there actually? I just want to check. Let's turn off all of this. Get rid of that. Position, get rid of that. Expired. Is there a big name that wants to join? Stefan Milic, Finazaz, no is the answer, it seems. At least not with a work... Oh, these guys won't even have work permits, would they? Anyone on the dreams list we could have a look at? That's also true. Is there anything else stopping this? No. Banger name and song is essential for the striker. It is. It is. At least I suppose Chucky's shown that he can score in this league. That might help a little bit. Because if he was still really struggling in that last game, we'd feel a little bit worse, wouldn't we? But at least he did score. I think he scored twice, didn't he? Gustavo Scarpa, he's played at a high level. Sorba Thomas is there. Stephen Welsh. This is sorted by world rep. I kind of thought there'd be more than this. I wonder if there's anyone who's like the biggest free transfer at the moment. Rayan Cherki is still on a free chat. Very doubtful. I think that I don't know if I can do very doubtful. You can only do doubtful. Because it's just not a thing anymore. I think if we get an early goal, then it's game on tonight. Setting off to Anfield in a couple of hours. Enjoy, Tooney. Very cool. I think it's on. It could happen. Richard Rios is on there. Off of Spineless history. Eberiche Eze is on there, but he's not gonna. He doesn't want to join us. Should we give these guys a scout and maybe they'll join us? Maybe offer them a trial. Olven Sanchez, Rayan Cherki. Do you want to come for a trial? We're second in League One. I think you have cover on top of the wingers able to play forwards. We do. I think you're probably right, Subway. Yeah, we don't need the striker, but they are fun to sign. Naipan, look at 23. You sure you don't fancy it? Under no circumstances. That seems harsh. You've literally not got another... You don't have another team. Right. Anyone who's who's retiring needs to not bother. Adley. Give these guys a scout and maybe they'll be interested by scouting them. Check transfer only. Yeah, well, I've done that, obviously. They weren't on there when I did transfer only. That's the whole point of what we're doing. I know. Interested is more. It's going to be even less. That's the whole point. Adam Lookman at 32 worth checking. Then he's just not interested. Unless I scout them for a while, maybe see if they'll come in on a trial and then we could sign them. And also, once it hits like the end of the month, once it goes past the transfer window, if they still don't have a team, some of these might actually then become interested. But I don't know if our rep's still so low that they don't want to. We're only just promoted to League One, aren't we? Which is probably why. Anyway, that was a little thing to look at. I'll scout them and see. Let's look at strikers that are under the age of 23, work permit likely, and want to come and join us. We also obviously need to put this back on. The old-fashioned stalking tactic, yeah. La Salsa was there. He wasn't interested, though. These are the guys that are highest world reputation for strikers. There's 148 strikers. Van Nistelrooy. Liam Van Nistelrooy. Is that his son? I assume it is. It'd be weird if it wasn't. Sammy Merheg. 1.1 million, though. We obviously don't want to spend loads on. That's an interesting one. Joaquin Sosa. Plays for Oriental. Uruguayan striker. Work permit would be approved. Not as quick. It is the son of Rude, I thought so. Who's the Georgian at the top? We can look. I think he's real, wasn't he? Not going to quit it, TD. There's another video coming this week. What about this guy? Doesn't have any caps for Uruguay under 21s. He's a bit meh. 9 technique. He's not very good, is he? Why is he A-? Does he have big potential? Championship. He's League 2 now, Championship level. So he would improve a lot. Which could be an option, I suppose, if we're looking for a backup. I just don't think he's not the star power of De Kimper, is he? Yeah, I know you are. Not for me. Yeah, I agree. Alian Juf. I might put in here pace. Because the ones that have been scouted, I can actually filter by pace, can't I? Or filter by their attributes. Like Sadibi. Who's this guy? 6 finishing? Annoying. 6 finishing. Vadut's a great save, to be fair. Did it last FM? Yeah, it's a really cool save. A really good offline one as well. The only thing that I'm sort of contending with the Vadut save is, at what point does it tip over from being interesting to being literally the same video every single time? That if I fail, if it's the same failure every time, and then we go again, people will stop watching. I know that people will then going, I'm loving it, I'm going to watch. That doesn't mean that the people who aren't commenting don't stop watching. So in terms of a content sense, I need to work out where the tipping point is, and we may have already gone past that tipping point because we're on to episode 7 coming out this week. I think I've made a bit of a decision. Let me know what you think of this, and this is a bit of a insight, those of you that are watching that series. I think if we ever make a Champions League final, that we turn it into a one shot at winning the Champions League, and if we fail, once we've made it to a final, if we fail, that's the end of the series. And if we win, obviously we've completed it and that's the end of the series. Make loads ride on that Champions League final, and then it goes into that. Just from a pure, like, creator sense. That seems super reasonable. Just from a pure creator sense. Otherwise it would be 10, 11, 12 episodes that just couldn't work. For me, it would have been more fun as the youth build-up save, like Catanzaro. I think I'm going to do that separately, Posh. Suppose it can't go on forever, but enjoying it so far. That's sort of it, yeah. And then maybe there can be a follow-up, which is where I play it offline until I do win it, and then give another like final episode saying what happened afterwards, maybe. Don't know. Doesn't count a nation's coefficient properly. Hope that gets sorted next step. Yeah, exactly. I did wonder about that, yeah, Yada. Like doing a live stream final, building it up and doing it as a live stream. The only problem with that is that people watch these series way back. Like in like a year, people will still be watching the series, and then there's a live stream which doesn't quite work in terms of the way that the playlists and everything work, and it kind of gets a bit muddled into that is the only thing. But I did think that, you see the way that Mr. Beast did a video where it was basically a big video that led to the live stream, and then the live stream was actually the main event. I was like, that kind of isn't a concept that people do. So maybe, but I don't know, just because of the way that people think a series is going to work, it kind of messes with it. Gonna have to do something else with the series if interest from the grey mass is to continue, I think. Yeah, that's it. And already, if you look at the views, even though the support has been so brilliant on that series, genuinely it's one of those series a bit like the Catanzaro one where people have been so positive and it makes it a genuine joy. We've now this video's been out 3 days and is on 16,000 views, whereas someone 4 hours ago comment saying, welfare check, Clayts, stay strong. Compare that to the first one, obviously the views drop off, and that's just normal to expect that, but the more that goes on, the less interest there is in it. So it's just one of those. Good finishing point. I love the Vadut save and could keep watching forever, but that's a good storyline and title. Will we finally complete the title? Will we finally complete the Vadut's challenge? That's literally what I've got it almost penciled down as well already. But that's kind of the way that I'm thinking to try and do it. That isn't a cop out. I just give up, or a like I played like 10 seasons. Put it in one video and you feel like we fly through and it's not quite as in-depth. It's like the middle ground compromise that works for people, I think. But I don't know. I may change my mind. We'll see. Right, let's go back to these strikers. If I'm going to do attributes, I probably want finishing in there as well, don't I? Let's try 12. Who is this Sami Merheg? He is Lebanese. And he is real. And he's quite good, but also not great. I like that ending more than a nebulous tailing off for sure. That's it, isn't it? It's one of those saves that I'm sure lots of creators have done this type of thing in the past and then just not finished it because it gets to a bit like that. I don't want it to be that. I want it to be a finish, and obviously it's good if things really ride on it. So I think that's the way that I'm going to do it, but we'll see. And I think most people, especially now that it's cool having streams where I can almost explain these things to you, and that's why it's cool to be streaming as well on YouTube, to explain these things to and chat to you guys. I'm sure that kind of hopefully makes sense to you as well. Andrade, 19-year-old Portuguese. Annoyingly, they probably want 5 mil for him, don't they? Is he any good? He actually could be. We don't have full scouting on him. Can play centre mid as well. If that is anywhere near the top of acceleration, it probably isn't because his pace is down here. But let's give him... We'll get him fully scouted, I guess. If it goes on for long, you could just skip the conference and Europa and show the Champions League. That's true. That is true, actually. We could do it like that. I think I kind of want to include everything, though. Also, but you are right, maybe, actually. I think for this next one, I think that type of thing is like, that's an idea, yeah. Let's see. Abner Morales wanted. Wickham want him. Should we do a full search through the Dutch-Belgian teams for another something Davinka? Like that name, yeah. Tondela always spawns great players in this year's FM. I signed somebody else from Tondela. Or was it some... Who did I sign in the Vadut save? Who did I sign Tostado from? Am I just thinking Tostado because his name's Tondela? Probably is that, isn't it? Osmani. Maybe also, there's all these guys that haven't scouted yet. Did I scout them? That might be good, but I just... He's 6'6". There is that. He's real. I can't remember if I scouted them or not, so I'm just going to go and scout these guys anyway. That's way too many. 43. Get our scouts to do some work, finally. It's only 27, but we'll scout them. MLS academies have a ton of good players for free. I don't know if I've got the MLS loaded in, which if I loaded it in, probably would give me a load of really good players, wouldn't it? Need more tall boys. We need to replace Volovsky, don't we? Okay. Let's try, because I haven't done this yet. Let's do a transfer room in as well. I did check these. And none of them were particularly good, these players. Let's cancel these because I don't like these players on there now, and there's too many. Let's, now that we're only really looking for, let's do a striker. Want them to be relatively young. Want them to be let's just go important player. Have you set up your database? It was one of the lower league databases. We started in tier 7, so that's why. Just my opinion, but I reckon a budget splurge on a centre-back and striker for a combined 4 million and sign that back at right-back. Can I even for Davinka? The centre-back I think we've boxed already. We know who that's going to be, don't we? In Mbemba if he signs. And then Paolo, what's his name? Patrick to come in as the DM. Right-back, we could just get the backup right-back, I think. And then it is just striker that we need, isn't it? Should I just look for a star player striker as well? Star player who's a bit older, maybe. The only problem with this is that it shows you players who don't get work permits. Player database. I just want to look at scouted players only. Get rid of everything else. And just have striker in there. In fact, work permit likely. Get rid of these. Just look at striker. We've scouted so many before, but I'm not sure I actually looked through them. There's a 24-year-old called Leonardo Sella. Doesn't look that good. Harris Brunner. The right back looks very sellable if it does not work out. That's also very true, yeah. Harris Brunner is quite good. I think we signed him for Wolfsburger, didn't we, in the spineless save last year. On a free, come in and be just the backup to Chucky. Feels too good for... I mean, he's just not quick or anything, but feels too good to come and play in League One, though. Was playing in League 2 seasons ago for Monaco. Hasn't played yet this year. Not a bad option, I don't think. I mean, I wonder what his wage demands would be. Quite high. But only as a backup, look. Would happy to be a backup. Harris Brunner just thinks he's better than Kane, yeah. Map emergency. Oh, dear. Hoper, all good, cut mushroom man. Not even really sure what that means. We are bodies indeed. Okay. An option. Paris Brunner. Quite a cool option to have. Sadibi. Too expensive, I think. Alan Munch. He briefly talks about trying to see if Sani could come in. How does he look now? I kind of think... that's why I tried to bring him on in that last game. He's really good. definitely giving him game time as an option is not the worst idea. If we can't find a striker, this is the option. Like, we've got a 17-year-old that we can develop into a really good player here. Look at him. Lovely up arrows as well on him. I say he's probably not quite ready. 8 finishing, not the quickest, 6 passing, 7 vision. But yeah, if you want a big tall lad, you could always re-sign JB Green. We could. I think he's loan listed as well, JB Green. So maybe there's an option there. Needs a growth spurt, yeah. But yeah, definitely an option. Let me put these guys on 21 now. See who's not ready. Did I look at this Bowens? Oh, this guy. Enzo Bowens is Belgian. Loan him and get somebody in. That's also an option. Yeah, give him some game time. He's a bit... Nah, he's more of a winger. Enzo Bowens, though. If you had international, I'd maybe look at him. All right, Alexander. Belgian, he's in, yeah. If this guy could finish, he'd be great. 6'2", fast, unambitious though. Arona Deju. Yeah, they don't like the look of these guys. Okay, let's go see what the... We're not in a massive rush, I don't think, for strikers. It's a shame about Davinka. Is that even his name? Am I making that up? What was his name? So it was like that. I'm not even sure it was that. Rios has snubbed us. Cherky does not want to come on trial for us. We are, though, signing Mbemba if he gets his work permit in tomorrow. Davinci? No, it wasn't him. It wasn't that. Cherky does not want to join. That's weird. We've loaned out Field as well. Tomorrow we find out if we get Mbemba, which that'll be a boost for us. A big boost. Ooh, scout reports as well here. That could be interesting. If any of them are any good. Right, Field loan. I don't know who that is and why you're telling me about that. Why would I care? Minaya D. A-, La Rosa. Is he real? Leonardo La Rosa. Central midfielder who played for Defensor. Was he interested? He looks quite good. This must have been before when we were looking. Unknown transfer interest. What a beard. Apparently 20 years old. I'm not sure. I'm not sure he quite fits that. Doesn't help for now, but have you come across Ilias Answer this year? Yes. Signed him in a save. It must have been in FM24, but signed him and he led our line in a save. Definitely. Scouted him last stream. Yeah, we did. He's quite good. Same with this Sanchez, then B-, leading League One player. I think these are midfielders that we're getting reports on now, though, isn't it? Oh, a winger? Could play right wing back, this guy. Can't tackle, but can naturally play right wing back. He's got great pace, acceleration. Can't dribble, can't tackle, can't mark, which is kind of annoying. It cost us very cheap. West Ham and Forest want him. I wonder where they want to use him. I assume he gets a work permit as well, which is an interesting one. Another Uruguayan. Can't mark, can't tackle, but fast. Get him in. Yeah. That's kind of the way, isn't it? He's mentally tough as well. Again, he'd be worth a load of money in the future. I just don't know if he's what we'd want. But as a back, he's only 18. As the backup right wing back that can then also maybe play as a winger for us. What do we think? Is he better than Quateng? Because Quateng also can't really do those things. Mentally tough but not brave, yeah. I don't know. That guy's rubbish. I guess we'll see if Forest or West Ham go for him. He's a winger, sellable, yeah. Oh, I remember does get a work permit. Good news. Right, we have a new, brilliant, left-sided centre-back. Welcome to 3 counties. Chancellor Mbemba's son. Except Chancellor Mbemba's only 31 and this guy's 22, so he would have been 8, which I don't think it quite works. So it doesn't check out. It can't be. Welcome, though. Emmanuel Mbemba. Let's register you. And that'll be fine. Let's also give you a squad number. You can take the number... Montero doesn't have a number. Number John Terry, 26. Because we would dominate the ball so much, I think you could get away with him at wing back. You are kind of right, aren't you? Board don't rate him, only gave him a D. Did they? Why don't the board rate him? Disappointed with the deal. Why? I think he looks bloody brilliant. Get Chucky to welcome him. Head honcho. I think he looks bloody good for a centre-back front. Maybe because there's a right-back, although current ability, they don't seem to rate him all that much, do they? I think, though, he's a big, big upgrade on our boy Pharrell Johnson. Oh, Cisse suspended, is he? He will come in and play there. Let's put Okonkwo on the bench for now. He's going to come in and play alongside Pereira, and I think that's a really good back. R.I.P. Johnson. He's still alive. He'll play a lot of games, but he's just not going to be a starter anymore. I don't think he can really. Why are both fullbacks or wingbacks suspended now? He's a wingback who can't mark or tackle. What's the issue? To be fair, that's kind of always been our MO, hasn't it? Like, we always... I can't click on him for some reason. I could click on Cisse. I couldn't click on him. Yeah, you're right. Training. We need to make sure that he is training as a centre-back. Ball playing centre-back in possession. And I think you have to do out of possession now, don't you? No, you don't. Or do you? Yeah, you do. I don't know what it is, but I think it's... Let's just do centre-back. Let's see how much better he is than Happy. Comparison. Pharrell Johnson. He's better in, as an average, in... He's not loads better. Better at defending. Better speed. More vision. More technicals. I mean, not loads better in those, obviously. He's definitely better, though. There's only a couple of things in there that Pharrell Johnson's better than him at. Look, but otherwise, it's mainly Mbemba. And he's 4 years younger. Bigger value. Slightly more wages, I suppose. But yeah, there you go. He's an upgrade, yeah, definitely. And also, Johnson's done such a good job that if he is an upgrade, that shows that it's worthwhile doing, isn't it? All right, let's put Kirby on the bench for now. I know that we don't... Do we have a game? No, we've got a press conference. Let's keep looking for a striker. Paris Brunner as an option. Andrade, did we like him? We were going to get more scout report on him, weren't we? What happened with the ESC places? Yeah, I don't know. We got... George Nunes got a work permit. So we've got a spare ESC... Ooh, chat. I know that we might want to use them. Francini, Montero, or Dinko Bognar could all go and get a work permit or an ESC place. We could also sign a centre-back or a striker even and give them the ESC place, couldn't we? Definitely need a right back with a suspension. Oh my word, yeah, we do. When do we play the game? It's EFL Cup tomorrow. I like the... What's he called? I'm never going to find him like that. I like that right wing back option, you know. What was his name? Diego Sanchez. I like this as an option. It probably won't go through fast enough, will it? But do you reckon they'll take, what do they want? Between 40 and 300k. That's way too much. $375k. Gonna struggle getting one through the door in time. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Might have to get someone from the crowd to fill in. Chat, anybody in the chat now can play right wing back for us in the next game. Just let me know. We're crowdsourcing. Do you remember there was actually a story? They played for Wickham. Somebody go and find the I think it was Wickham. They played Laurie Sanchez put out a message in the newspaper for a striker to come in an FA Cup game, I think it was. And this random guy who was playing in Finland came in. Wickham versus Leicester, there you go. A guy from Finland, he's English, I think, but playing in Finland, came in and scored the winner, I think, or at least an equaliser, scored in the game. It might have even been the winner, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Go and check up that story. I'm sure I've given you enough enough information to find the exact story there. But it's a good one. Good footballing story, that. Was a wingback during uni. Perfect. We'll do that. There you go. Roy Asando. That's his name. That's exactly his name. All right. We've got the same teams have now bid, or do I just need to make a decision on this? I think I just need to make the decision, don't I? Squad player. I think I'm just going to let him go and be a squad player. Oh, no, they're going to play him left back, weren't they? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no, and we're going to offer him out again. Maybe we didn't get the offers because of that. Because those teams had already made the bid. Playing time I don't actually mind as much. It is just that he needs to play as a centre-back. You've put under 10. I played under 10s. Put me in, coach. Done. You're in. You're playing right back. Did I make the bid, by the way? I did. Pick the team with the best facilities. I don't want him to play left back, though. All right, I'm going to go for Sanchez. Not only because... he really doesn't want to join us over these teams. Mainly because I think we can actually sell him for a massive profit, and this season he can be our backup. Oh, he does want to be a star player. This might mean he's quite good. Look how many things he wants. Will he do important player? We'll get promoted. You're not going to play as a winger. You will learn English. I'm not going to sign any goalies. Is that fair? 3.9k isn't that bad. The other teams haven't yet bid. 2-year deal. I'm all right with that. Promise the world to get him in. He'll get over it. Yeah, I don't want to get make him things like positions. He's not going to make a difference anyway. Try and get rid of them, isn't it? But anyway, it worked. He was happy. He might end up going somewhere else because Forest and West Ham go for him, but we'll see. Late pressure to seal it, apparently. He is a demanding boy. I'm planning on starting a create a club save in level 10. Any advice? Free transfers. Just always back that you'll be able to recruit people so much better than anybody else in the league and expect the first few seasons, maybe, I mean, we're up to League 1 now and it's been pretty easy. Expect it to be quite easy because of those things. 18th, so we've got another 5 days for Patrick to come in. I don't know who's going to play right back or left back in this game. I know left back, actually. We might end up having to play somebody really weird at right wing back. West Ham and Forest waiting for you to pay for the work permit before they go for him. That could be true. Oh, look. We got a scout report on Volker de Kimper. B-, that's gone up. Transfer interest now, none. I definitely can't get one more loan, can I? Because we could just loan Volker de Kimper and then maybe sign him permanently when we're in the Championship. We could even loan him. I don't know. Any youth players? We'll have a look at the youth players. I'm sure we have, yeah. It is a shame about de Kimper. It's not Da Vinci, as I keep calling him. We definitely can't get another one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless we let Bruno Renta go. Are we now 28 days into his? I can't terminate it still. Also a good point. Yeah, Subway, that's true. It's 5 in the squad. I'm pretty sure. This is going to tell me about the cup game we're in, though, isn't it? I don't know. I wonder if we just get 6, just so we can have him. I don't know. Right. Cisse out. We don't have a right wing back at all. Is there anyone in the under-21s that can play right wing back? Dinal Simo can, and that's kind of it. That's a bit worrying. Max 5 in the matchday squad for League 1, yeah. But do we just leave Renta off the matchday squad if there's all 5 of them? Do we sign 6 and then just only pick 5 to get him in? I'm wondering if that's maybe the way to go. It doesn't really look like we actually have any players who can play right wing back here. Let me just filter. Positions, defenders. Is it not defensive midfielders that I need to look for a right wing back? I don't really want to play Dynal Simo. I didn't expect him to play any more games for us, but he might actually have to play. It's a cup game. He's a good player for most League Twos teams. He's probably fine. I guess you're going to play at right wing back. Who else can play right back? We've got some right backs, youngsters, Charlie Dean and Liam Larkin. He can kind of play there. Watch him be class now, yeah. Probably be player of the match. I guess we'll just, yeah, we'll play Simo. Go on, lad. Big Dynal, one last hurrah, yeah. He told me he was leaving at the end of his contract, and then he had an extension clause that got triggered if we got promoted. So he ended up accidentally getting an extra year on his contract. So he's told me he's leaving. He wants to go, and but he's not leaving until next summer now because of the clause in his contract. So he's just in purgatory now. You're going to play right back though. Dodson comes in. He lost his bottle. He kind of did, didn't he? Who are we playing? We are playing MK Dons. Are they in our league? What league are MK Dons in, chat? They are a flipping heck. They're in the Championship. Oh, God, we might go out here then. When did MK Dons go up to the Championship? Last season, I think. They finished 6th and got promoted in the playoffs. Yeah, it was a good run in this cup. Okay, so let's... I was going to rotate and play like Sani and things, but maybe we don't play Sani now. Frau Johnson back on the bench. That is at least a full bench. Do we make any other change? We do have a left back. Where is he? Yeah, there. Do we make any more changes? Is Backstein's not back? All right. Christ. Renter can play. Let's give him a go. And I kind of do want to play some of the other guys. Formation change. Is it 3 at the back time? Nah. We'll be all right for this one. I want to get these guys match sharpness, really. Sandoval. It's time to play you. Ronaldo Flowers, you're going to start left wing. That's the team. Let's play. Let's play darts. Really weird scenario where one layer is drawing with a 750 meter offset, even though it's in the correct projection and everything. That's your map issue, is it? That's yeah, that's weird. Here we go. We are in the Carabao Cup, everybody. Look how long Dodge's name is that it doesn't fit. Look at those diggers on the left-hand side as well. That's it. Yeah, gotcha. Took me a while there. Here come the teams. MK Dons. Go and get yourself a win, lads. What a venue. The showground is such a good venue. Brilliant venue, I'd go as far as saying. Up the lads. Sandoval, Renta. We can keep an eye on Mbemba on his debut today as well. Ronaldo Flowers back in the team. Lovely little scoop. He gets tackled. There's Mbemba. I've just had a premonition. If this comes true now, it's going to be really weird. Mbemba gets sent off. We're 1-0 down. Sydney Tavares. Okay. Good start, lads. Good process. Well done. That's what you want. Nice early goal conceded. Well, how are these in the Championship? I don't know why. I just saw the future there. It's going to be an Mbemba red. It's going to be really weird if that happens now. Really weird. Time to go to the crane. It might be. We are losing. 2-0? Cleared. Chucky on the break. Go on then. Right as it was about to go in for 2-0. We're now on the break. Demeister gives it away. Take a long throw. We signed a player called Topic in the Hereford save years ago. He was Croatian. Is this guy Croatian? Don't know, because we're into a highlight. Mbemba to Sandoval. Tarenta. Demishta. Simo. Back post. Headed away. Oh, God. Where's our defence? I guess that's because we've got wing-backs. Bit of tricky play. It's 2-0. It's a lovely goal. That is a really good break from them. We're 2-0 down. Look at that. Look at these JCBs. This little bit of, like, wing play cuts inside Sandoval. Finds... I mean, it's not great defending from... Is that Suarez back there? Just puts his hand behind his back and lets him run past him. Crane cam, yeah. We might need to get in the crane, chat. It is 2-0 to MK Dons. Not great from us, this. We didn't want the distractions of a cup run, though, did we? Not like that's where the most fun comes from. It's the JCB's fault. It might be. All right. Goal back before half-time. Mbemba. Sandoval and Tarenta. We can bring Luca on. We can bring on Pedro Gomez as well, maybe. It could be 3. It could be 3. This guy's good, isn't he? Amir Ibrahimovic. 3-0. Is this a bit of a wake-up call? I didn't change that many players, did I? And obviously, we're trying to build a team that gets into the Championship next year. And this is the team that was in League One last season. Need to get the excuses out. That's what all the world-class managers do. It is, yeah. The crane was reflecting light in our eyes. Dodgson and Dodgson. Flowers. Suarez. Shoot somebody. He's missed it. He's missed it. Could just be a one-off. Yeah, it could be. Oh, you're talking about your map thing. That's also could be a one-off. He's got the last name at least. Yeah. Just leave the room at half-time. I think we might need to. Always next season. I said that last season. Is it? Yeah, ex-United, that Ibrahimoff. Yeah. All right, half-time. We are 3-0 down. I'm going to say we need to be better in front of goal. I'm going to give them 5 minutes to go and show me something. And if not, I'm going to ring the changes. Players like Flowers off. Mbemba's dropped to 6.4 in his debut. Good start. Very strong start. Sandoval's on a 6.2, so it's not like he's had a good... I said 5 minutes. It's been 10. We are going to do the changes now. So, Sandoval definitely off. John Pereira on. We'll do... Luca on in midfield. Pedro Gomez on in the attack. Chucky's also struggling. I'm going to get the youngster on. Why not? Let's give him some game time. Go and prove that you can be an option this year. Okay. Yeah, Jokeres, the pitch was dry. Yeah. Alan, thank you for the follow, dude. How you finding FM this year? Yeah. All of the issues exist, of course, but I'm having fun with it. Enjoying this save especially. Definitely having fun, and that's the main thing. Although we are 3-0 down here. Potentially going to go 4 down. Or is it the start of the comeback? Salah. Riccielli. How have MK Dons done this then? The lads need a berating. They kind of did, yeah. They definitely do now. Fran Topic has made it 4. Right. You're being berated. Not promising that Portsmouth pushed us a bit and we don't even hang on with the championship. We had no problems beating a Prem team last season. It's weird, is it? Isn't it? Yeah, Portsmouth did push us a bit. Lincoln pushed us a bit as well. And then a championship team has disposed of us 4-0 with only a couple of changes. Exactly. Franchise FC. Fridas, can we loan out Simo? Yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, this is where you need to make sure... Oh, he's not even scored that. He's hit the post. It might be because the wing-backs being that high is an issue in my save. Well, it hasn't usually been, has it? Might be because they're not very good in this case. Like, the one... Dodgson's quite good, and he's on a 7.6. If you look at the ratings, the players that I've taken off, we actually look all right now. Demister's on a 7. Gomez has come on and been better, 6.9. Too much on that for Andre Sane. It's all right. We didn't want to win this anyway. It really now will depend how we bounce back in the league game. Ultimately, if there is a little bit of struggle in this save, I think I'm all right with it. We've changed system. We've gone with this really high attacking system. Is that going to be a red now? What's going on there? If there's a bit of struggle this year, might not be the worst thing in the world. That's why then the transfers that you make and things actually matter, don't they? So we'll cross that bridge when it comes to it. We are, though, going to go out of the Carabao Cup here. Could even get worse at home. Don't make it 5. 5 is embarrassing. You just took a break from your Roma save. Got 13 trophies in 4 years. Decided to do an Ajax save and get them back to former football glory. Nice. That could be good fun. I like it. Friday. Off the bar. Iwata, fall. Headed away. I'll cancel the hotel at Wembley. Well, just keep it in case you might be able to change the date on it. We'll get, are we in the FA Vase this year? Or the FA Trophy? That's what we usually win. FA Cup, maybe. There was a strong wind. That's what it was. It was the strong wind, chap. It wasn't just breezy. Usually it's just breezy, isn't it? Yeah, no wonder there's a strong wind. We haven't got a stand on the side, have we? How you doing, Fitness? Welcome in, dude. It must be the open side at the showground. Bad feng shui for the lads. And the manager's hanging there by a hook. That probably doesn't help either, does it? That wasn't good enough, I've said. Playoffs? Loads of options where you might need the Wembley Hotel. That wasn't great, though. Not an amazing one. It was a debut to forget for Mbemba. Yep. No one likes the League Cup anyway. Exactly. Click the wrong year on the website. Can I get a free rebook for next year? Nice. Good excuse. That's a good excuse. We actually dominated when you look at the stats. It is kind of true. Maybe because we were just leaky. We had 22 shots. More XG. They did have the 2 clear-cut chances. But look, 15 corners. 8 shots on target. 58% possession. It could just be one of those days, maybe. We play Worcester, by the way. Not until October. 19th of October, we play the home derby. The away derby is back in December. So still both before the turn of the year. We play Worcester City. It's going to be fun. We love the derby. All right, let's see. No offers for Montero to play him as a centre-back. Is it worrying? Maybe a bit worrying. I'm sat like on the side. Let me move over here a bit. I don't know why I'm sat so far over today. I keep looking at myself and then I'm not in the middle of the camera. It's annoying me. Flitter, Grimaldi. These are, I don't know if these are strikers or midfielders. We've got good names, except for Mike Richardson. The scouts don't like them, though. All right. No news. Oh, there is. Bristol Rovers, then, in the next game to try and bounce back. That has to be... It's pretty paramount that we do bounce back now, isn't it? Let's see. Seppa Valconeers. If I go to recruitment, any transfer room ins, that's what we need to look at. There are. Star players, 2 of them. Victor.
Follow me. Okay.
And an A- 22-year-old called... Oh, yeah. Was it City or something? I recognise the name. Chelsea. Shamaira Moka has got 16 acceleration and pace and 15 finishing, chat. And is on a free and is English. And is still only 22. Is it a bit boring? Or is he just quite good? Only 8 agility's weird. What's he done with his career? That could just be the striker. He's been at Stockport County in League One. Smells like a signing. He's just quite good, isn't he? Would he be happy to be a backup? Obviously, we can put a face in. Yeah, but you can't say no. Yeah. There's song potential in that name, is there? Shakira. Oh, baby, when you score like this. Nah, can't see it. Worst case can be sold for cash. Yeah, let's see what he wants in terms of wages. Good wages, star player. Which I don't really want to make him a star player. Can I ask to not be a star player? Don't feel that either merit the level of playing he's looking for. No, he wants to be star player. Get that man a shirt. We need to get that man a face first. Kakoma. Yeah, that works. Mocha, come on, better than you can sing it. He's quite good though, isn't he? Colsey lad. Probably not, mate. It's not really how it works, I don't think. Can we just... You should get Amazon Prime and use your Prime. Can just change the playing time after signing and put up with a potential tantrum. We could do that, yeah. Or you just don't play him and then you see what happens. Wants us to get promoted. Star player. I wonder if I could try important player just to help. Nope. Want star player. That is too much money.
Follow me. Okay.
That is too much. So, we are going to need to bring that down, I think. 2-year deal could be one that could make us money in the future. How can I do this? Wants the max amount. Nice one, agent. Yeah, the agent just basically lied. Wants massive bonuses. Works some magic. Yeah, so, relegation release clause. Non-promotion release clause of 11 million. I mean, you can have a 0. If I say for 7.5 million, do you know what? 5 million. I'd be all right with that. It's a lot, but I think you could get good money in 12 months. I agree. If we could bring it down to like 6k or even like this, then that is even better, isn't it? I might even do a minimum fee because it automatically goes to 11 million. So we could do a minimum fee here of 15 and it actually can help, and it's 15 million. I'm going to do that. That could be serious money in the future. I need to find a photo for him, though. Should we do some admin right? Oh, no, I won't do admin. You can't reload the skin, can you, in FM26, which is annoying. Okay, there's some good high-quality photos of his face, though, so that's good. We can get him a face for next time. I think that one, annoyingly, you can search the world. You can go to South America, Japan, and in the end, you sign someone who's got released by Chelsea. I do want to sign a Japanese player, though. We still don't have one. Oh, hang on. Hang on, I've just said. Annoyingly, why does it do this? He has been out of contract now for 1 month and 16 days. And now we've put a bid in, so Mansfield are like, we'll put a bid in. Mansfield, I think, are in our league. Yeah. So he might end up going there, I suppose. Yes, that's true. That's true, actually. His hair's quite long, so we could get some red cards from the opposition. Was Frank Lampard the manager of Mansfield? Was that the case? Yep. That's ridiculous. We haven't looked, I suppose, at League One managers. Is there a list of managers like there used to be? Could you do that anymore? Probably not. Managers, you can. Oh, Bettinelli's got a new job at Stockport, chat. Look at that. Yeah, to be fair, he played for Chelsea and now Lampard are going for him. It's probably that's going to be the case, isn't it? You have leaks in the club. That's maybe also true. Somebody's told Mansfield and told Lampard. That could be it. Have we got anyone who's linked to Chelsea? Maybe that's why. Did anyone else go through different stages of your save? In my save, I've gone from only signing frees and loans to then signing youth players from big boys to now scouring the wall for youngsters. Yeah, a little bit, Burks. I get that. Vladimir Ishmael at Bolton. Stephen Kenny at Salford. Max Power, Nathan Jones. Junior Stanislas is the Preston North End manager. Richard Dunn is the manager of Reading. That's excellent. There's Noel Hunt. Not the one who kicked Petr Cech in the face. That's Stephen Hunt. I'm reliably informed. Sean Maloney is at Exeter. Grant McCann. There's a lot of Wigan, I feel like, going on here. No? Does it not feel like there's a lot of Wigan in League One? That's how it feels to me. I like that you can still look at this then. I want to see Championship managers now. You go to clubs, managers. Graham Potter of Leeds. Very Wigan links, yeah. Robbie Keane at Fulham. Kieran McKenna still at Ipswich. Lee Carsley at Millwall. Robbie Savage at Cardiff. Would he go there? Is he not Wrexham? Or is he? He's Welsh. Dean Greygoose is a great name. Darren Ferguson. Alou Diarra, Birmingham. Not as many funny ones. Although Michael Carrick is Wrexham manager. That is quite interesting. Dean who? Dean Grey Goose. There he is. Green. He was Fleetwood manager, apparently. Lee Carswell, Millwall, brilliant. That is quite funny, actually, isn't it? Yeah, he looks kind of Millwall. Dean Grey Goose. All right, we'll do Prem as well. I think we did look at Prem before, but we'll do Prem as well. Premier League managers are... Any changes from last time? Where's the managers? Can I not look at managers up here? Clubs. Managers. There we go. Luis Enrique at Liverpool now. Martin Martins, great name. I swear we had him as a scout or something, or a coach or something. We can look at League Two as well, yeah. Into Grey Goose, into his vodka, yeah. Conte at United. Van Nistelrooy. And back, by the way. Back at Spurs. He left and then did come back. Jack Wilshere, Wolves. Ruben Amorim, Leicester. Keith Andrews still there. Cameron Campbell. What is that name? Jindrich Tripovsky. Why is there no space in between your first and second names? That's why have you done that? That's upset me. It's not that interesting, really, is it? Was Martin Martins here? No. Really recognise the name. Eddie Howe at Villa, yeah. All right, we'll look at League Two as well. It's one name. He thinks he's Brazilian. Yeah. Doesn't quite work like that, does it? At League Two, we have these names here. Reece Sticker. He played for Hereford, didn't he? Johnny Jackson at Tranmere. Chris Davis, Gary Monk, David Jones. Not as fun. They're all just sort of... Who? Chizzy Brundle. So what? What do you mean Chizzy Brundle is the Doncaster Rovers manager? Wilder in League Two, they are. Chizzy Brundle? So that's not a real name. What kind of name is Chizzy? That's just his whole name, is it? Yeah. He's outspoken and level-headed, which also doesn't seem to work particularly well. Martin Martins came up on a staff list and someone said he looked like Rob Riggle, and then you didn't know who Rob Riggle was. I still don't know who Rob Riggle was. Yo, Chizzy. And then also, yeah, we should maybe sign this guy. Shall we bring in Daily Penis as a coach? Because, I don't know, some would argue that that's a good routine. I don't know. Is he interested? Under 18s coach, that doesn't feel like that feels like dodgy territory to be going down right now. I feel like you could be put on a list for signing up for something like that. Very good with youngsters. Right, lifetime deal. Welcome Daily Penis. Right, we're going to do that and just move on. 420 per week as well. Yeah, you know, these things just line up sometimes, don't they? We're just meme lords is what we are. Okay. Don't bring up smoochy now, Mills. That's not the time. Not the time. The young lads would take the I don't know. Sassy. I looked at this Sassy guy. We're going to sign this Sassy guy once upon a time, I feel. He's now gone for 5 million to Como. From Burnley. I don't know if I've said it like that. Okay. We now need to pick a team for the league game. And we can bring back, thankfully, our wing-backs. Because Dynal Simo didn't fill me with that much security in the last game. Let's bring back the lads. So it's now going to be Nunes, not Johnson there. Why are you playing on... Hang on, what's happened there? Why are you playing right side now, Johnson? Where's Pereira? I did the wrong one. Pereira comes back in. Nunes, Pereira and Mbemba. Pereira's face is gone. It's back. Cisse, Magai, Suarez, Gonzalez, Radojevic, Demista, Chucky, Gomez, I reckon. Sassy and Chizzy sounds like a detective show, yeah. Also, yes, Rob Riggle is an actor, and I showed you a pic of him and said, and you said, yeah, he does look like Rob Riggle. There you go. Okay, why can't I remember any of that? Yeah, he does look like Rob Riggle, actually. Oh yeah, Ornstein, Iraola to leave Bournemouth when contract ends this summer. Bournemouth did everything to keep head coach, but 43-year-old chose to go and successor process underway. Kieran McKenna high among options. I can see McKenna doing quite well with Bournemouth, actually. That is a blow, though, to Bournemouth, a real blow. I wonder where he goes. Going Real Madrid, surely. Maybe. The Bilbao job still hasn't been sorted out, though, has it? Yeah. So I imagine that will be high up on his list. Athletic Club chat, by the way. It's not Bilbao. It's Athletic Club, the Bilbao. Depends if Ipswich go up. That's true, yeah. That's also true. It might not depend on that, but you'd think so. 14:05 timestamp for myself to come back to the VOD later. Got to go get some mastic for sealing the new shower. Enjoy doing adult things there, C Hutch. Thank you for hanging out, dude. I'll see you soon. Can't see Real Madrid going for him. Does he have a big enough name? Is he a big enough, aura without a better word? Maybe not, right? We all know he's been eyeing the Millwall job for ages. I mean, he'll have to get Lee Carsley out of there first, though, won't he? Do you know who I'd give the Bournemouth job to? I'd give it to Chizzy. Give it Chizzy till the end of the season. Right, let's pick a team. Let's go and see. We did lose the last game 4-0 at home, which is not great. Can we bounce back? I don't know if this is a home. It's an away game at Bristol Rovers. We do need to put right some wrongs from last time, though. Anyone interested in that team? Not really. That, though, look at that. Beautiful Three Counties team. Gorgeous. Here come the teams. Let's get ourselves underway. Give Chizzy a job, exactly. To be fair, he has a job. He's the Doncaster manager, isn't he? Cisse down the right, straight into Demister. I thought we were going to score immediately. We didn't. Here we go, though. The lonely day. Enjoy that, YouTube watchers there on the VOD. Or on YouTube, where I'm just singing to music you can't hear. Magai. Rod Gonzalez, Suarez, Radojevic, Cisse. This is good football. Into Demister, who I think was offside. Maybe he was on, because we're continuing. We've been tackled anyway. Big header in Bemba. Gomez, is he on? He scored. What a finish. Pedro Gomez scores, and he's onside, and we lead. That is an absolute beauty of a finish. Bristol Rovers are apparently quite cold, are they? That header from Mbemba is massive. Luca, first time ball over the top. And then Gomez finishes it first time left-footed across the keeper. That is a beauty. I love that. Really nice goal. We lead early. Hopefully it was just a blip then. I see what you're saying now, Greenest. I like that. That's my type of stuff. All right, here come Bristol Rovers now. Demister tracking back and tackling. Cisse gives it away. All right, maybe I got carried away with the positivity a bit early. Bristol Rovers looking to equalise immediately, and they have. Will Granger. Okay. We do look a little bit open with the wing-backs. I think that is kind of where all the space is. With just two centre-backs in here. Out of possession reminder, we do drop into this. So it's kind of more normal, but in transitions, maybe there's loads of space down the wings. If they use wingers like these guys are, maybe that's what... Oh, it was offside. Was it offside? Did I miss that? It's still 1-0 apparently. I swear I didn't see it pop up as offside, but okay. Oh, nice. Chucky's in. He's nicked it from them. He's gone for... That's a good save from the keeper. Once I moved them back, we stopped conceding as many. Did you have that as well, did you? Interesting. Great management. Don't even know the score. I genuinely don't know if this is correct or that goal was offside. I assume it was, but I didn't see it happen. None of you can confirm, so... It's not just me. All of my assistant managers are also in the same boat here. That's you guys. It doesn't even seem to show it anywhere, so... Don't know. Will Granger apparently didn't score. Right. Can we go and get a second then? And make the most of the fact that they just scored a ghost goal? No, we can't because Magai's passed to them. I don't like the... Oh, Demister's nicked it. Gomez has got the pace down the left-hand side. He's got players with him. He goes for goal. It was given as offside. Thank you, Anthony. You're paying attention. That's good to know. What's Michael Jackson's favourite drink? I don't know if I want to know the punchline of that. It's a strat. Never let your players know the score. Always 0-0. Yet teehee. Could have been worse. Could have been worse. Do you play regroup with the high wingers? Think that and track back will help. That's not a bad idea, yeah. Magai, lovely bit of play. Gonzalez for 2. It's a lovely goal. Gonzalez only scores lovely goals, doesn't he? Lovely run from Magai down the left-hand side. And Ricardo Gonzalez has made it 2-0 to us. Look, he just beats his defender. Oh, lovely bit of play. Finds the pass. Not convinced it wasn't just a dribble that went to him, but gets it on his right. Look how much time they gave him there. Slots it. 2-2 for Gonzalez. Beautiful. I don't even have the fullbacks that high on my 4-3-1-2. Thing is, though, with the wing-back being high up the goals we score, yes, exactly. It's give and take, isn't it? Like Magai there sets up that goal because we are playing with the wing-back so high. Only push them up later if we're pushing up. I mean, we're 2-0 up. Tony, not Anthony. Who did I even call Tony? Oh, you. I got you. I was like, who? I thought in the game. Got it. Noted for next time. I see. I read your name as it's Anthony on there. So yeah, that's fine. Tony it is. I'll do my best, my friend. As long as you score more goals, then who cares? Exactly. Right, we are going to make some changes on about 60. Could be sooner if Bristol Rovers get a goal back here. Headed away by Demister. He's useful in both boxes, isn't he, Demister? Because he's 6'3". He has it now. Are we wasting him a little bit by playing him wide? Maybe. But I'm sure there'll be a time when Chucky's injured or something. Chucky in behind. Oh, it's a brilliant finish. He might be off. He's on. Lovely finish from Chucky. He scored another.
His name's Chucky.
Beautiful. Yeah, Zayora, that's not a bad idea. Gomez assist. Look at this finish. Where? Beauty. Chucky is his name. I don't hate that as an idea, actually. Now that we are winning 3-0, do we just play one that has like the defenders further back and we just switch to it? Or do we just manually just go in and now that we are winning out of possession, these guys just become a 4 and it becomes a 4-3-3 in possession? Like, we probably just do that. Parking the bus is never the way, no. But just making sure you win the game also kind of makes sense. I can't believe Bayern want Gordon. It's a weird one, isn't it? Considering they signed Diaz. It's a strange one, that one. I'm sure that there's something else at play there somewhere. In some way. All right, I didn't do subs, but I should now. We're on 68. Let's do Demister, who's tired for... Let's do both. We'll do... I want Myers to come on. You can't really play this role, can he? Does he look better on that side? No. Let me do it on combined instead. We'll do Gomez for Flowers, and we'll do Sani for Chucky. Then we'll do Renter for Luca. And I'm going to bring Johnson on for the end. Shore things up like that. He'd be a good sub for them, yeah, but does he really want to bring Gordon in as a sub for them? I don't know. Maybe. Obviously, you can have more than that, more attackers than 3, but yeah. Seems like I don't know. Seems like a Football Manager signing, doesn't it? Yeah, 70 mil for a sub is not very Bayern, I will say. 70 mil for a signing is not very Bayern in of itself. If you actually look at their recruitment numbers, the amount they spend on transfers, that's a lot for them. Just because they don't really need to, do they? We bought him for 45, we want 70 to 80, yeah. The only thing is whether it doesn't matter what you want. I feel like Newcastle might need to sell somebody for a number. And it might be that these rumours have come from there because they're not going to get Champions League football again. And Newcastle need to have one big sale, I think, just for FFP, PSR reasons. They've got to go back. It's O'Neill. How would you say that name then? Kedash? Kedak? Is it Welsh? I have no idea how you say that. Guess someone that starts with Al might have made inquiries for Diaz. Maybe, potentially Sweden. I don't know, maybe. Bayern also just signed players from other Bundesliga clubs for cheap. Yeah, it works for them in lots of different ways, doesn't it? I'd rather sell Livramento. Yeah, I could see some suitors for him as well. Before they become really good, yeah. Well, they are really good, but they're just playing in the Bundesliga for Hoffenheim, for example. Yeah, unless they move Diaz on. Do you really think they will? He's been quite good for them. I don't think they will, but yeah. All right, we've won that game 3-1. We do bounce back from the defeat in the cup with a very solid win. 9.1 from Magai with just that assist in there. Another goal and assist from Gomez. He's been pretty good this season so far, hasn't he? Yeah, exactly. Options though, yeah. I'm sure that, you know, like I said, it just doesn't seem very them, does it? All right, 3 Counties hammer Bristol Rovers. Magai man of the match. Excellent work. We are up to the 17th. We do now need to kind of make sure that we do finish off this transfer business. So did I make the bid for the... I did make the bid for the right winger, didn't I? We need to find out what happens with him. Patrick now does have his work permit. That's good news. So we'll bring him in. Toby Collier. Who's this guy? Is this guy a striker? Domingos Sequeira. Midfielder. Marquinhos, I think he was a midfielder. He's a right back. Oh, okay. Why are you telling me about him? He's 10 million. We're not going to sign him. C for this guy, leading League One. He's a right back. Championship as a left back. Again, £5 million. What do you call a Russian with a cold? Something his nose off or something. Ivan Nasticheskov. Nasticheskov. Yep. Robson is rubbish. Magai show. Right. Patrick work permit has been granted. 22k to bring in a pretty solid defensive midfielder. We're waiting on... where is my transfer activity? We're waiting on Diego Sanchez to choose us, hopefully. Muka. How do you say this name, chap? Shemera. We need him to choose us, and then hopefully that would actually be all of our business, wouldn't it? Right wing back, centre, defensive midfielder, and striker all would be signed. Which would be pretty solid business all around, I think. 3 Counties signed Patrick. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. By the way, chat, if you're watching on YouTube, please do consider dropping a like. That'd be very helpful, please, and thanks. Right, Patrick in. Let's get him registered. There he is. I still wonder if we could not register... Get one of these. We're not using both ESC places. I wonder if there's a worldy player somewhere that we could sign for a ESC place. What's the matter? You're upset that Diego Sanchez is going to take your place? Okay, it's made you unhappier, is it? Fair enough. In the sun. Okie dokie. Yeah, there you go. English Clementine. It's the Mr. Tinny skin, but I've tweaked it. So if you want something close to this, it's the Mr. Tinny skin. If you just search that up, you'll find it. Mr. Tinny 23. Best way to find it. All right, loads of scout reports. These are the strikers, I think, because I recognise Umar Niang, maybe. We've got a bid. Chat, Worcester have gone for Miuka. Our rivals. That one could take a while before he chooses because that's actually a bid. I think that might be the only 2 real bids. No, Mansfield did make the bid, didn't they? Frank Lampard. So who's he going to choose? Offer him more? I think I already offered him quite a lot. In the time of this stream, I've already had a haircut and come back. Fair play. I've not even been streaming that long. Penis has had his move delayed to a work permit due to a work permit. That's fair. Oh, look. What is that? Our mentoring group. Who else was in this? We're missing somebody. Edit. It needs another what? How do I edit that one? Mentoring group 1. Okay, I'm going to have to put them all back in, apparently, even though we had them in there before. There was a reason for this. Was it John Pereira we were trying to improve? He's now become a starter, so we probably don't need this anymore, do we? John Pereira. Where's our boy? Pharrell Johnson, and then maybe... Who's got more? Team leader. Maybe... These are just others. Where's my other centre-back? What's his name? Mbemba. There he is. Let's put him in it as well. Oh, what? I swear I selected them. Lay me down. Hold me close to Tony Danza. Exactly. Improve prayer, ambition, and determination. Yeah, that was it. Why have they not... 1, 2, 3. That's what it was for. There we go. I mean, I don't think it actually is going to benefit him at all, really, but let's keep it going just in case. Sanchez has chosen us. Okay. Might need to confirm it with a better deal. Yeah, maybe. Kind of don't want to give him much more money, though. At least Sanchez has chosen us. He is going to get his work permit today. Oh, no, it's done, I think, in fact. Let's have a look at these players. A-, Tanu Gallas. Potentially Premier League standard. He's decent League 1. Senegalese striker. Is he really an A-? And is he really Premier League standard in the future? Would he even get a work permit? I don't know what makes him so good. He's 20 as well. Why do so many of them have little moustaches as well? He needs a bit of work. He does, doesn't he? Does he even get a work permit? Would get a work permit. So cheap, though. He's very average in everything. Surely his potential is massive. We could just sign him and loan him. How tall is he? Not very. 6 foot. He's not... Yeah, what I mean by that is he's not like a 6'6" guy. I don't really see it. Senegal, he's got 5 in 7 for Senegal under 21s. Does he score loads of goals? He scores a decent number of goals. He's an under 21, so he'll get a work permit. Oh, do they all get work permits? No, that's not true. But he does. Could be a flipper, yeah. Sign and loan, sell him for a bit of money after a couple of loan spells, maybe? We like signings. And he costs us... £87k. Under 21 internationals. I see. That still can't be true, though. Not all under 20. We've gone for other under 21 internationals that haven't got work permits. It can't be from every nation. Because in this last transfer stream, last stream we did that, right? Can only be good business for that money, yeah. That's a good average rating. It is. Just look at his attributes and you're like, I don't really see why he's... I guess this is why he's decent League 1 level rather than more. He must have decent potential on top of that, though. I think it makes a bit of sense to sign him. These guys less so. You're a C. Abner Morales. Costa Rican. Fully fledged Costa Rican international. Yeah, he's not great technically, is he? Just potential, surely. Good loan candidate. Yeah, I think we're going to loan him. Decent League 1, potentially Championship standard. Andrade, we did ask about him. He's really... Okay, so we do get the full scout report on him. We did ask about this. 16 acceleration, only 12 pace is a weird... I don't know where those things add up. Really quick to get into his very quite average 12 pace. Good finishing, good dribbling, good teamwork. Only 19. Probably too expensive. What's his injury? Knee ligament strain. Probably too expensive, I'd say. Goal scoring record is Hasn't played loads of football either. I think he might end up being too much for us. Not that we really need him. And then finally, I'm slow, but I can get to my slowness quickly. Exactly, yeah. I wouldn't be paying that much for what he is, yeah. Sanchez does get a work permit, and we are going to sign him for 375,000. A new right-wing backup that we've promised to be a star player, but can also play on the wing. So kind of useful. Does TCFC have any club legends so far? Also tuning in from the US. Keep up the great work. Charmies, thank you, dude. Yes. I don't know if they've become club legends, but we do. If you go to club site, where do you see this? Notable players, that's not it. Where do you see the club legends nowadays? Is it on here? About club profile. It's here, isn't it? Nope, it's not there. It's club info. Here. We've got legends. Brooke Myers. I don't know why I said it's Meyer. Brooke Myers, Chucky, me, and Yambo, who is the chairman. Icons, Dion Dublin. Don't know why. I don't know why. Ask Pav, to be honest. Favourite personnel. Wow, there's a long list of favourite personnel. Malvin Demista, Ronaldo Flowers, Luca Farrell, Josh Robinson, Ezra Carrington, Dodgson Owen, Dodgson Benny, Vontae Williams, Nia Kirby, Mane. Oh, how's Mateus Mane doing now? Loan listed. Still at Wolves. And Matt Nurse. I think this is where it was a club before. This is like Quorn FC players, maybe. I don't know. Because Home's under the hammer? Yeah, I guess. Yeah. How you doing, Chris? Welcome in, dude. I don't really know what's going on. Mr. Up the stairs to the bedrooms himself. Exactly that. Can't believe Sendles White isn't in there. Exactly. He's been holding it down. He's now under a little bit of pressure as a new coach has just signed called Daily Penis. But Jamie Sendles White is the under-18s assistant manager. Look at that career. How do you see the... Can I see his career? I want to see his career as a footballer. Staff history. Can you not see his playing history now? Now that he's... I guess you can't. That's such a shame. I can see his biography, which tells you it, but yeah. Do Cambridge United exist in this save? Yeah. Yeah. It was... The team that we took over was Quorn FC. Do we come up if you search Quorn FC? No. Quorn FC don't exist anymore in this save. That gets deleted as soon as they retire. Such a shame, isn't it? Again, for a game that's supposed to be all about the immersive data of your own football world, to just suddenly be like, oh, you can't see that anymore. Or like, you can't find out like things like that. It is a shame. Corn lovers are livid, yeah. Right, they've accepted the bid for Gallas. Let's offer him a contract as a fringe player on... Oh, no. I can't offer a fringe player more than 110 quid. Is that a wage budget thing? So I thought I had loads of budget. I might have to go back and redo this, which is going to upset him. There's an option to keep their history, but you have to tick it, yeah. And even then, does it keep their career history, or does it... And obviously, you're not going to do that for loads of people. Like Jamie Sendles White, I'm not even sure I'd get the option to, but yeah, I know the one that comes up. What was I going to do? Recruitment. Can I switch up my budgets? Yeah, it can't be budgets because we've got 7.5k available. It's not that. I will give us a little bit more just in case, but I guess as a fringe player, I can only offer 110 quid. Oh no, here we go. It does fix it. All right. What did he want? 1,000. That's kind of lucky. Let's give you 2 years to give you 1.5k then. I think that's quite cheap still. FFP, no, I don't think so, but that would have been an option. I think if we loan him, chat, we want to loan him to a team that's slightly better than Casa Sports in Senegal, right? They would make him a star player and would play him, but I think we should loan him to somebody in Europe, maybe. What do you think? Sanchez is in, by the way. I think let's reject that loan back and give him our own one. Diego Sanchez has joined. Let's train him as a wing back. Even though he really didn't want that, did he? Right wing back. Out of possession. To be fair, out of possession, it is a right back, isn't it? Which he really probably can't play. We'll just do win back again. Unfortunately, yeah. Ronaldo Flowers being upset is a bit of a shame, isn't it? Kind of that's not the way to protect your legacy here, Ronaldo. Club icon, I think it was. If you want to get to a legend, that's not going to work for you, is it? Boom, 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 boom. Okay, don't want to go to that. Let's try and finish off August today, and that means we know that all the business is done, and that means that next stream, Thursday, we can do Fantasy FM, can't we? That would work. Any good these guys? No. And I suppose if Muka rejects us, then maybe we go with Sani, or we look for another striker is the only bit of business I think we need to do. The fact Flowers and Myers are still here is mental. It is. I like it, though. I have to try and incorporate them and keep them here, I think, for the storylines. Even Chucky, to be honest. But Chucky was always too good for the lower leagues, wasn't he? Whereas these guys, we did legitimately sign first season. Nunes is improving. That's good. Nunes is apparently Premier League level. And we own him. He's got 20 jumping reach. I didn't even realise that. How long's his contract? He's only got a year left. I don't know if I can extend that because of the work permit. We definitely need to think about his contract, don't we, for the future? Can I offer him one now? Do you have an extension? I don't know. That's what I was looking for there, but it doesn't seem to show it. So I don't know. We started with him, Chris, when we created the club. I'm delighted to maybe successful in obtaining a work permit. Wants between 3 and 4 and would want a contract for another 3 years then, so an extra 2 years. I think we have to do this. And if he doesn't get the work permit, he keeps the one he's got now, right, for this year. And we just won't renew him without the work permit. Is that how this works? And to be fair, as a very backup to this, if he doesn't get it, we could give him the ESC place, right? If he's played most of the games, you can apply and he should be accepted. He has played. That's why he got one. Because he only got this work permit at the start of this season, right? I think we should try and give him a contract, though. He's a Premier League standard goalie that we've got in League One. Let's try and tie him down for basically ever. 4K to give you 4 years. Because if he gets a work permit for these 4 years, does he keep it for the entire contract? He does, right? So that'll be Prem before we have to worry about it, especially if we can get... Does that work then with work permits to get the optional extension? Because can you extend it with... Because his work permit will technically end at the end of this contract. But if you extend it, does it extend the work permit? Like, how does that work? Let's put these up. That'd be so cool if he signs that. You'd have to reapply. Yeah, that makes sense. But then by then, surely he'd been here for... He'll be homegrown at club by then. So surely by then he'd be getting a work permit here often. But yeah, okay, that makes sense. All good questions. And Mr. Tupperware is the guy with all the answers. I'm just going to keep asking you questions about specific in-game dynamics and things. I guess they're football ones, aren't they, really? But yeah. Exactly, renew it in the last year, yeah. Okay, let's go with a team for Walsall at home. Nunes, Pereira, Mbemba, Cisse, Magai, Luca, Suarez, Gonzalez. Is Backstein back all right? He's all right. Let's put him on the bench for... Good question. Only because you did it in your save. Yeah, makes sense. We also have Patrick back in. We also have the right winger back. We've got too many players now because you only get 7 subs. I don't really know how I'm going to use my subs. I guess we don't need 2 centre-backs. Maybe something like that. Then we've got... The thing is, Myers really doesn't need to be one of our subs now. He's not as good, because if we are losing, we kind of want Francis or Renter to come on instead. I also want Patrick to be on there because he's new. We're going to go with that, I think. Not fully Backstein. So we'll give him a little... We'll bring him off the bench today to reintroduce him, I think. Patrick needs a number. 39. Diego Sanchez needs a number. He asked specifically for 94. Weird. I don't know. I know that that's going to annoy people as well, the way that I just did those numbers, just without any thought at all. You have to get into the studio after this just because of Backstein. Who else did you need a song for? Demeester needs a song. And also, if we signed that guy, whose name I always forget, it's not Davinka. That guy. But we're not going to sign him now, so that's annoying. Dekimpa? I think it's Dekimpa, wasn't it? All right, we could go top here, I think. It would be 3 from 3 in the league against Walsall. Last time we played at home, we got pinged 4-0 in the cup. Let's see how it goes in the league. Dekimpa, yeah, that's it. Till the end of the line. I suppose I could rotate with Gomez as well a bit more. He doesn't need to necessarily be a starter every game for us because he's not our player. He is leaving at the end of the season, isn't he? Can you do Demeester in the style of Kate Bush's Babushka? Possibly. I think we had a song in mind, but I've forgotten what it was. Here is Magai, Chucky, Suarez over. It was definitely Da Vinci, was it? Okay. Okay. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Luca out wide to Cisse. Suarez. Luca. Mbemba. Pereira. Go on then, lads. Put together a bit of an attack. That's a good ball. Demeester. Keeper came. Couldn't get there. All you need is Malvin Demeester. That was Ronaldo Flowers' song, so it can't be that one. Malvin Demeester. We had a song. What was it, chat? I can't remember. I can't remember. It's a good goal, that one, though. Takes it on the half volley. It can. Good start, though. João Resende. Oh, Worcester are 2-0 down here. Did you see that? Live table. I can't see latest. Oh, no, latest scores are over here. Worcester are, I believe, 2-0 down. They are to Fleetwood. They are struggling. They would be 21st in the league if it stays like this. And we would indeed be top. A nice early title leading lead at the top of the table. And we've got a corner. Why is Demeester on corners? You're 6'3". I mean, that's why maybe. We've won a pen. Maybe that's why. Then he took a shot. It's Marvin Demeester. Do. It could work. I'll have a look. I'll get in the studio. Chucky scores 3-0 before half time.
His name's Chucky. He's a star. He is Caleb.
He's actually scoring a lot. I know some of them are penalties, but Chucky's now scoring a lot of goals in this league. Can we get, do you reckon? Are we getting Chucky a Premier League goal? How many goals did Chucky score in our first Prem season? That's the question. Do you reckon we can get him 5 in season 1? Where? At the bloody showground, everybody. Kakota's gone over to YouTube. Love it. Drop that like. Thank you, buddy. Right, we've got another corner. Demeester's taking it again. We've gone short. It's time for sub soon. Demeester. Luca. Magai over. Luca hasn't got a League One goal yet, has he? I don't think. I want to make sure that these go. Oh. We're apparently watching a replay of that penalty. So that was weird. Just watched a replay of Chucky's penalty. I didn't mean to click on that. I meant to click on his name. I wanted to see his career stats. I wanted to see There you go, look. Southern League, Premier Central, National League North, National League, League 2, now League 1. He's got 3 and 3. I didn't do the subs. I've done it again. Magai, Gonzalez. 4 more likes till we get to 50. Guys, please do drop a like. I appreciate you being here on your Tuesday. If you are, even as watching as a VOD, make sure you do drop a like as well. You VOD watchers, I appreciate you guys. I still haven't done subs. It won't pause. That's why. I can't pause it, chat. So I'm gonna have to do subs on the go here. Real life times. Sane on, Backstein on. We'll do Patrick on. We'll do the new right wing back on as well. And Bruno Renta on too. All of the subs. It's a good 15-second delay between comment and it's showing up for you. Some comments will be out of touch. Is it actually? Where you're seeing it up there? Is that maybe because of where it's coming through the multi-chat? Maybe if I try watching it on I've got 2 multi-chat functions. Maybe it comes through quicker on the other one. I'm pretty good though most of the time working out the context, because I'm sort of used to there being a bit of a delay with these things anyway. Loads of people like watch a little bit behind as well if they're not fully up to the live, so I'm pretty good at trying to make up for it. But yeah, it's a good thing to note, to be aware of anyway. Didn't quite realise it was that bad. Okay, 5 minutes added on. We have got ourselves then a 2-0 win. Very, very comfortable. I thought it was 3. I don't know why I thought that, but I thought that was a 3-0 win. But still, again, the manager doesn't quite know the score. Always keep everybody on your toes. Oh, yeah, it depends what device you're watching on as well, I think. Between the delay between me and the comments and things too, but you're talking about the other way, but still. I don't think it's too bad. It works well enough, I think. All right. We have won. We've gone top. Patrick makes his debut. How does Patrick look? What value is he? Patrick's valued at 1.7 to 3.5 million, which is quite nice. Still only 26, so could get a bit better. He does have potential to be Premier League, apparently, but that's not going to happen. Salin Jan. I mean, yeah. If we could get a bid of anything north of 2 million, be a lovely bit of business. What a ridiculous career, by the way. An entire career in Brazil, just signed for 3 counties in League 1. We'll go up next season with the promotion as well. Yeah, that value. What about Oliveira? That wasn't his name. Who's the right back? Sanchez. What was his value like? 600 to 950. I guess that's more in line with what we paid. But he needs a face now. And we are still waiting on Chimera Muka and Tanu Galas. And we need to find him alone if we do sign him. And then that, I think, would be the end of our business. I'm a bit worried that Muka does choose somebody else, though. That could happen. But yeah, perfect start in the league. Muka does join. All right, don't need to be worried. They're coming in. Right, we've got some scout reports first. Peter Michael Vivero. No good. Galas joins if he does get a work permit. We find out tomorrow. Muka, for £20,000 from our budget on a free, is going to be a brilliant signing for us, really. He rejects Worcester. Put that in his song somewhere. Mansfield rejected too. Have you got any Australians in your club? I don't think we have, Chris. I'd like some. But I don't think we have. We looked at one, didn't we? That Crane guy. Was that his name? There is Chimera Muka. Seems weird signing an Englishman. He wants number 80. I don't know why you need a number, but you're going to get one. Same with you. My club legend at Bristol Manor Farm. Was he? That's fun, Tom. That's fun. No bogans allowed. I haven't heard the phrase bogan in ages. Chris, you're always welcome here, my friend. Right, let's have a look at him. What's his value? I don't know why I did that. Look at that! 6.4 million to 7.8 million pounds. Chimera Muka. I need to register him, apparently. I haven't actually done that. Wow. I think we might have a bit of a problem. He's homegrown in nation as well, which is nice. We might have a little bit of a problem starting Chucky. Look how good he is. Relishes big matches. Decent player for most Premier League sides. And we've just signed him in League One. I mean, to be fair, he's never really scored goals or done anything in his career. So you could see why, in terms of a narrative sense, he would drop down to League One. But wow. This was just from Transfer Room in, wasn't it? I just put Transfer Room in, striker, and he was there on a free. Outrageous. I suppose also, now that we are at the end of the window, we do need to keep an eye just in case any other freebies now want to join us. David Madeira is 7 million. Right, we do not have that type of money. But yeah, I think we might well be done now in terms of business. This is our transfer window summed up. We have brought in not 46 people. What's going on there? Oh, that's all of the trials. I don't know why it does this. I don't know if this is to do with the skin. It shows you all the trial signings you made as well. Apparently, I made 46 signings for a grand total of £0 in 2028, which is obviously not true because Amaro Nallo never played for us. And nor did... I mean, Ignacio Galvan didn't play for us twice also. This year, though, actual signings, we have brought in £1.5 million worth of player and sold players for 2.5. We've still turned a profit. Dinko Bognar, who, by the way, I've given a face to, but this wasn't his face yesterday or last stream. I gave him generated him a face, put it in, and it then gave him a brand new different face that wasn't his. And I don't know what's gone wrong because I've checked it loads of times, but this is now Dinko Bognar's new face. I don't know why he's got an afro, and I can't change it. He's stuck like this now. Anyway, he's here. He needs a loan, actually, doesn't he? Whilst we look at him, offer via transfer room, loan offer, let's just say unspecified, and then I might just unspecified it. He just needs to play, doesn't he? I like the afro. Yeah, me too. Most valuable player, I'll show you. Well, it'll be Demista, but he's on loan. Most valuable that we own might be Muka now. Pedro Gomez, who's come in and started well. Emmanuel Suarez for 400k. A loan back of Bruno Renta. Free signing of João Montero, who's now going to go on loan. He's actually not. We need to make sure he does. Even if, I suppose, he goes to play left back. There's no point having him without a work permit. We need him to go somewhere to play. Ricardo Gonzalez on loan. Mbemba for 700k, who is, I think, our record signing now. Patrick on a free. Diego Sanchez on for 375. And then Shamera Muka on a free. We all knew today would be the productive transfer stream. Yeah, we did sell Bruno Renta for 2 mil. Pedro Gomez to Sunderland for 500k. Zaroli went on a free. How's he getting on? Has he played yet? They're not even playing him. He could have stayed here, Kev. You were running our midfield for 3 seasons. Such a shame. But also, Stephen Keane on loan, Ballantyne on loan. This Tiquan Samuel, by the way, is actually quite good. Probably won't quite get there because of his mentals, maybe his technicals, but he came through our youth intake in the first season, I think. And we've just loaned him every year. He's now on loan in League 2, and he could be quite good with decent value. Another one that maybe we sell for a sell-on fee at some point. Any tips for scouting? Rodnalas, just go and do a transfer room in. Choose the position you want, create this, and you will just get... Look, I did 3 for when I was looking for a striker. I did an important player one, a star player one, and a regular starter one. Star player, we found Muka, who I signed, who was brilliant on a free. Like, this is honestly... especially if you don't want to go down the route of actually scouting and looking for specifics, just do transfer rooms and they will bring you a list of players to go and then scout and have a look at. For example, there is a 6'6" striker here, chat, who's an A. Zoran Zakula. 20 aggression, very slow, very Falovsky. 17 heading. Could be up to 2 million. Will he get a work permit? Maybe successful in getting a work permit. Interesting. some good attributes there. I wish he was a bit slower. No, I don't. I wish he was a bit faster. I don't really want to spend 2 million on him either. And pace won't really get any better, yeah. Hey, Marcus, thank you, buddy. I've heard that before, Marcus. I've had that a few times, that Ryan Eggold thing. I have had that. Bastos regen, yeah. Serbian Crouch, he might be. I think he might be a bit too expensive for what is essentially going to be a Fulovsky alternative, right? He is tall for corners. I don't really want to spend 2 million on him, though. But again, just from doing this, we found him. There's also these guys who could be good. I don't know. We'd have to look. Bruno, 19-year-old Brazilian. Like, these guys are quite good. Fabiano. Did we look at him before? Maybe. Josh Landers. Regular starters. Anyone in here? Yeah, that's Sammy Merheg we looked at before. Dede. But yeah, if you like transfer him in, just gives you a massive list of players that you can have a look at. How's the depth in each position at this point? Well, sort of that, like this, except fill in the gaps of the ones that I've now signed. Instead of Quateng, it's Sanchez behind Cisse. And then we've got Mbemba came in, so we've got 2 centre-backs in each position. Maguire and Dodgson. We did sign Patrick. The midfield is as good as it is there. And then we didn't sign Falk to Kimper, but we did sign Muka instead. So we kind of did all right. Lander's a very nice guy, good finisher IRL. Love that. How you doing, Leone? Yeah, we had a chat about Iraola earlier. It is a bit sad. At least you'd hope that Bournemouth, with the way that they operate, would have already had a contingency and can pick out somebody smart to come and kind of carry on what he started, hopefully. But yeah, it is a bit sad. All right, Gallas does join, and we're going to loan him out as well, which we need to sort out his loan, don't we? Biggest name is Marco Rose. Yeah, Ornstein specifically went with McKenna, didn't he, as an option? Yeah, I don't know. You recommend looking for star player, important player, and squad player, or regular starter instead? It depends what you want, really. If you want good players, go with the top 3 best ones. Do regular starter. And do all of them, because sometimes on the regular starter one, you get players who are better than the ones on the star player one. You might want to do breakthrough prospect as well. And just do loads. And just all it is really is you're trying to gather a load of players to look at. And then you compare them and find the one that you want to sign. And it kind of does your scouting for you. Right, Gallas in. Let's welcome him, get him to learn English. What's his value? No real value on him. But potential ability is quite good. Let's get you... Does it say he doesn't have a... He's got a work permit, doesn't he? So he could go to England. Maybe we should get an affiliate. What's the opposite of senior? Junior affiliate. Oh, good. We finished our extension. That's nice. The expansion of 3 Counties Showground has been completed. We are now up to 10,890 spectators. Brilliant. You're flying to Munich on Friday. Very cool, Chris. Yeah, you got one, yeah. RIP Crane Cam, it's gone already. What's the name of the skin you're using? Sikorka, it is the Mr. Tinney skin. If you search up that, I've just made some tweaks to like the colours and things like that myself. All right. What day are we on? We're on the 27th. DF. No bids for those players on loan yet. Did I list him? I think it would have listed him on loan anyway, wouldn't it? Hopefully. Here's some loan offers then. Luca bid, 500k, rejected. Montero, Ibar, and Huesca. Any of you want to play him as a centre-back? Squad player, £0, left back. We didn't get any bids when I put centre-back in, though. The other bids were better than this. What wages is he on? He's on big wages as well. I'm actually going to reject this. I know that it might be counterproductive in the end. This guy's at least important player to go to Apoel. Plays him as an attacking midfielder. £1. Am I paying £1? Is that why it's in brackets? Can be recalled. I'm happy with that one. Why can't I? I have to negotiate it because they're offering... Why can't I accept it? Maybe I can accept over here instead. I can. So accept that one there. Almeria's fun. But only squad player. I think I want him to start, so I'm going to send him there, I think. And then what I need to do is also Montero, offer him out again. I think I really need to be specific again, although he didn't get bids. Loan list. Preferred position is defender centre. That has to be a thing. Let's see. Cannot apply for Nunes work permit. Is that because he's only just got one? We are unable to apply for George Nunes to be granted a work permit for his contract renewal as a previous application was recently rejected. That's not true. It is a bit buggy, isn't it? He literally got accepted on the last application that I did. So I can renew his contract until 2033 with the extension, but his work permit would run out at the end of next season. But if he plays loads of games, would I be able to get a new work permit then? Should I still extend his contract, even if he doesn't have the work permit with it? Do you think? Or should I wait and then try and get him locked down later? But that's just not, it's just not true. I think I will complete the renewal anyway. So at least he's our player. Yes, you'll be fine. That is so weird. I'll be fine because he'll play every game, right? Probably safer to wait, bugs on that. Yeah. That's the only thing, I suppose. So when you say yes, you'll be fine, do you think I renew it or not? Cancel the renewal. I think I'm going to do it. Because I think I want him to be our player and I want to get him tied down so that what I don't want to happen, which is what I think might happen, is if we get to say December, he'll have 6 months left on his deal and he'll start to say he's going to leave at the end of it. And once that happens, you're kind of done for, aren't you? So I think you'd personally renew. I think we're going to renew. Even if it does bug it out somewhere along the line, I think we should do that. Several clubs for Dinko, done that. Nunes seals new 4-year contract. Maybe it'll give him it or something. I don't know. Weird. That's cool though. 4-year deal plus an extra 3 is very cool. That might make his value go up as well. Not really. Pantarella. Andy Cannon's got his coaching license. No offers for Gallas. That surprises me. Always check end of season when I renew contracts. Might be good in this case. Yeah. Yeah. Surprised me that no one's offered to loan him. I didn't even put anything in there, did I? I just did unspecified on everything. I guess just offer again. Maybe because he's just signed. I don't know. Liam Delap to Arsenal from Liverpool. What's going on there? That's a weird one. Right, chat. I think, though, we are just about at the end of August, which is where we said we were going to be. I think that is now time. No offers for Montero. I think that is now time to call it for today. And it is also 3 o'clock, which is when I said I was going to go to. So I think we will call that for today. It's been very productive, actually. Thank you so much for hanging out. What we need to go and do now is we need to go and recruit somebody to come and join, to say join the cult. Who is online that we can get to say join the cult for today, do we think? Maybe, I mean, Matt didn't say it last time. I'll tell you what, let's go Kempy. And he'll say join the cult. We need to say smoochy, smoochy, join the cult, please. Right, chat. Thank you so much, though, for hanging out. It's been an absolute pleasure once again. You guys are top draw. I will catch you on Thursday. Not tomorrow, the day after. And we will continue our 3 counties journey then. Come and join the raid. YouTube, I'll catch you next time. And Twitch, we will get